You feckin' wit. Come back immediately. Find out that the man has pulled some shenanigans while I have been away. So, I gotta start. Actually, I have a cool power. I can do this. Yeah.
Does this end up on Steam broadcast?
No, but it does now. The man, you feckin' legend. Thank you. Feckin' thank you. So whilst we were over on Steam, feckin' the man did a feckin' busted out like a crazy $10 donation just to see what would happen. Alda says, "What? Oh, you look familiar. Were you on stream a while ago? I couldn't possibly comment." I guess I just got one of those faces, you know what I'm saying? How are you doing? Yo!
Get him.
Feckin' wait! No! Don't you get this? Caffeine what, oh friend? Oh. Sorry, here was me getting all excitable. Caffeine, you feckin' legend. So not only did we have an excellent day this morning, but it looks like we're going to start celebrating more than a few people's 10 months. Caffeine, yo, thank you. Yeah, and 10 months at a tier 2.
Reactor online.
Yay!
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Do the thing.
Do the windy thing! Thank you, Tal, as well. And I want to say, Tal, thank you so much for doing me that quick little graphic earlier. That was a massive, massive help. Because guess who I almost went live on Steam without having maybe come watch us over here on Twitch. Maybe come do a thing. That's how we roll. Let's bring that up. Right. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was just checking to make sure everything had come across. Right. My dear friends, I believe we are ready for yet another try. And we're going to feckin' nail it this time. So, Caffeine and Tal, feckin' thank you. 10 months. 10 months we've been an official funded operation. And today, we did a thing on Steam. And we did a thing on Steam for, at peak, over 1,000 people. Thank you, Caffeine. Like, if on the off chance you missed today's the stream from earlier on today, which is fine, like it was over on Steam of all places, and it came together very, very well. But you know, it's not the usual space. We've been playing The Church in the Darkness all day, which is a top-down like stealth 'em up where you infiltrate a cult and try and rescue your cousin Alex. Only, turns out it's way more freeform than we were thinking. Way more freeform. Like, permadeath plus nonsense. Feckin' amazing. So, yo. I want to keep going with it. Because the thing that struck me, and it wasn't until, I believe it was Susan or Suzanne from Fellow Traveller was saying, why didn't we knock out What's-Her-Face and just take her with us? We didn't have to kill her. Could have just escaped with her. Why didn't we do that? So, there's so much more to this game than we have explored, and I got hunger is the wrong word, but I want to get stuck into this. Anyway, so, once again, for those of you who rejoined, thank you to the man who was testing out to see whether or not there was alerts over on Steam and donated $10 while we were offline. I also want to say thank you to Caffeine and Tal, celebrating 10 feckin' months. I was worried that we were going to have technical problems today, and maybe it wasn't going to work, and it was all going to be a mess. And here we are. It worked bloody marvellously. We got to broadcast to over 1,000 people. We've only got a couple of follows from it, so I don't think we're going to have another 1,000 people here in chat. But, yeah. Yeah. Daughter says, what do you mean my next anniversary is in 2 days? What is wrong with you, Twitch? Well, technically, Caffeine was the very first person. Like, the moment it came on, Caffeine was in the room, so they unfortunately have everyone else beat. So yeah, it may be a day or so before it kicks in. But just we've done so much crazy stuff in the last 10 months, and today is no exception. It's just something makes me smile, you know? So yeah, I am very much looking forward to jumping back into this. I feel like because of the speed at which it takes to fail and restart is so quick, I don't feel like the permadeath is terror bad. Plus, depending on how much you kill, equals how much flexibility you have in the fail state. So what we found out was that if you gun down a bunch of people, like shitloads, and get rumbled for it, they'll just drown you. They'll catch you, they'll take you into the river, put you in a cage, and you're done. But if you are just kind of faffing around and get caught, they put you in a cage and say, like, look, we've got a lot of stuff going on right now, we'll handle you later. And they do. Oh, shite! And also, because of the timing, poor Shackle Draconis has been unseated. And the current Jarl is Tal! All hail! New Jarl of the day, Talicus.
Surprise, Mother Hubbard.
Aaron! Fucking ledge. And I was saying this just earlier, but yeah. Thank you. Fucking thank you. Yeah, you, Caffeine, Toll, everybody procking their 10 months. That's fucking lovely. And especially, like, at a tier 2, that's a lot of money. So, yo. Thank you. So, yeah. I do apologize. There was a little gap between finishing the last stream and this one. One of the things that the people from...
Captain on the bridge.
Ooh, 0 months of tier 3 friendos.
Woo! Now, I'm sure that Shackle, that's supposed to say 10 months of tier T friendos, but exclamation 1. So, yo, Aaron, Shackle, all you 10-month Mother Hubbards. I guess I better start planning for a feckin' 12-month sub badge. Shackle says 10. Yes, capitalized by 1. Why can't I do capital numbers? Why can't I do loud numbers? Why, English language? Why? Bold isn't the same. Aaron says mostly lurking because jam. How is the game jam going? What can you tell us? For those of you that don't know, a crew of the Longship are currently doing the Game Maker's Toolkit game jam at the moment. And it's feckin' yo. Aaron says, you better plan for that anniversary. I know. I guess the question is, like, should we... Because we already have Longship Day. Should we have Longship Day and then the 12 months? Or should we just focus on Longship Day and we'll just drink a bunch that day? Alda says, you can't use an exclamation point because that's a mathematical notation too. Ugh. Feckin' maths all coming up on my grill and being like, look at me, my name's Mathematics, and I don't want Will to have capitalized numbers. Jaroline says, never miss an excuse to party. I'm fine with that. And Miyaki Sakura says, what? Ho, friend! Darn right indeed. Darn right indeed. So yeah, what I'm thinking, friendos, is let's do a couple more runs at the Church in the Darkness, and yo!
Hey, you like pizza?
I screamed loud as shit, and then I grabbed a whole pizza, threw the fuck out of it. Sorry, Tall. Your reign was glorious and very brief. All hail the new Jarl! Shackle Draconis! Shackle, feckin' thank you. I do like pizza. I like hanging out with you a lot more, but I like pizza. God, I was not stressed, But doing today's show kind of reminded me of doing...
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
So I hear you got a lot of viewers today.
Yeah,
A
one or two.
great way to celebrate 10 months.
Miyaki Sakura, I will wholeheartedly agree with you. That is an excellent way to celebrate 10 months. You feckin' legends. Yeah. So for those of you that might have missed it, so today we streamed this very game over here, over on Steam. We were invited by the developers to stream this game, explore it, get eyeballs deep into it. And it was feckin' great. Not only was it feckin' great, but we peaked at over 1,000 viewers. Now, I couldn't tell you how Twitch calculates it. I couldn't tell you, like, the mechanics of it behind. And I've got some friends over at Valve, so I'll be able to have a chat with them. But, like... Yo. That's 1,000 concurrents. Yeah, Shaka, we peaked at 1,000. I posted up on Twitter if you want to see the screenshot. Let me put it up for you. Yeah, so that's the tweet with proof, and that's just taken straight from the Steam store page for the Church in the Darkness. And I will stop calling it the Church and the Darkness, because that makes me a jerk. Baron Sheep, what, oh friend? How goes it, dude? Tell me your tales. Tell me your tales. Oh, here's a random piece of news. Riot is making a fighting game. I guess the Evo leagues are starting. Oh, Baron says it's been a day. Well, Baron, let me show you this game if you didn't get a chance to view it earlier. We did initially a stream over on Steam earlier today, and yeah, it was dope. Tull, I'm so sorry you lost your Jarldom as quick as you did. Shackle was the Jarl when we started today, and they have reinstated their strength. On the subject of the game jam, Erin says we've chosen our theme, mechanics, and stuff. Now we are already broken into art and coding teams. Nice! Please feel free to spam the Game Jam channel with updates and stuff, because it's always lovely to hear. I'll be creeping on it later post-stream, and... yeah, it's dope that you all are getting stuck into this. Shackle says, Riot fighting game. Seems like a joke waiting to be made there. But we strive to challenge ourselves, dear friends. We strive to challenge ourselves. Oh, Baron Sheep says, apparently I'm a dumbass and the thing from tomorrow can work on my end. I just misread the stuff. Okay. Baron, I was mostly focusing on making sure the Steam stream worked today, so I got up vomit-inducingly early. And actually managed to crash at a sensible hour the night before. I voluntarily left the pub before 11 p.m. yesterday, of my own volition. After the nonsense with stuff and things yesterday, I went down to Georgetown, had a massive burger and fries. Ooh, Erin says there are other longshippers that are in a different team, so we're trying to be sneaky. Ooh. Well, at least I'll have some cool games to show off come Tuesday, right? Plunge? What? Oh, friends. Dustin, Plunge, Miyaki Sakura, Katros, Alnus, everybody. Anyone who's not got a proper hi howdy from me, it's lovely to see you, friends. It's lovely to see you. Honestly, I'm kind of on a little bit of a post-high. As I was saying when people started coming in, I've been not stressing about the Church in the Darkness stream, but I got asked to not necessarily represent, but to be on the product page for a Steam game. And I know Richard. I have had the chance of having a pleasure of having a few drinks with him. I know fellow Traveller. I don't know him as well as Richard, but yeah. Them asking me, hey, would you consider streaming our game on our store page for 2 hours? Would you consider doing that? And I'm like, yeah, fine, that'd be great. Geraldine said you got paid to be Megaphone, you're good at it. No, so Geraldine, they just asked me if I wanted to, and I was like, feckin' yeah. I want to help indie games, I want to help indie projects as best I can. Like, I know there's only so many weird-ass games I can throw at you all in a day, and not all of them are good. Not all of them are good. Not every indie game can be, and the void reigns on her heart, but yeah. I want to support indie titles, and I got to do that today. I was very stressed because, like, streaming to a new environment, and because of the stuff and things from yesterday, I hadn't had a chance to test it. So there is an alternate dimension where nothing worked this morning, and I cried. Not in a fun way. Jumping back into chat, Neopale saying it's been quite a day for me. Plenty of grown-up stuff and nonsense. Hecking big, important, scary stuff. So if anyone's got hugs to spare, I'd love... Hey. Neopale, we got you, friend. That's the great thing about being part of this lot, is you ain't never more than a couple steps from friendos. We got you. Just Diver said, what the feck happened yesterday? I am still finding out the specifics, but the TLDR was because there was a buyout of GameWorks. There was a private party. The company who bought it out shall remain nameless, but the place was bought out. Now, this has happened before, and in the past what's happened is that I can't get, like, food or coffee or anything during that time. Because the idea is if a company buys out the whole venue, then everything on all the tills is directly, they're directly paying for. So what usually happens is I have to, like, get food and water and stuff beforehand and go from there. And last time was the first time I had someone come on the window and knock on and go, I'm sorry, you have to stop streaming. So that's... There's no malice there, but at the same time that situation hasn't been resolved, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But they got me up in the feckin' bar. They got me up over there. I didn't get a chance to get a photo, but both Biznez and the Rabble Wrangler were live on the big screens here at GameWorks, and it made me very happy. Georgia says, if we can make a universe not as alternate and make you cry, if that would make you feel better. Can't make me cry on Steam. Can't make me cry on Steam. Right, let's get a new game going, and we're going to go from there. So here's a cool one. So, we can have random preacher personalities, or personalities you haven't reached an ending with yet. How fecking dope is that? So we don't have to just keep rolling the dice and try and work out which personalities are which. So, let's get another blokey going in there. Infiltrator. Yes! 3 disguises. Absolutely 3 disguises. We're going to stealth this right through. So, just to give you all a little bit more framing, in case you missed the earlier thing today, in 1967, the Collective Justice Mission was established in Oakland, California. Led by the charismatic Isaac and Roberta Walker, they preached a gospel of integration, equality, and socialism. 1975, claiming prejudice by the US government, the 500-person congregation relocates to the jungle of South America. And Baron Sheep, you are entirely correct. However, Baron Sheep, I reserve the right to say nice things about all of you in return. Like that's the give and take. And Reinerd says, "They fail me, father. 3 hats. Nay worry, like, call me indie dev because I'm wearing 3 hats." Okay, so 1976, communication between the mission and US relatives becomes strained. 1977, we have been sent to infiltrate and find our nephew Alex.
Alex has been in South America for 2 years now, and I haven't heard from him in 6 months. I just know something is wrong, and I don't trust the horrible preachers he's fallen in with. Can you get in there and check on him? With your background, I know you can handle it. lot of things look bad. I know it's been a few years, but your family. God, he's still just a kid. Stella.
Alright, so I have an idea. I'm going to bring this down and then bring the in-game volume up. Because last time we had a little bit too much. Because I can always bring this down. For me. You're just going to have to let me know how it is, alright? Once the narrative stuff kicks in.
Much as we like to think this place is our promised land, it too is not perfect. Sometimes it is necessary to purge the evil from our midst.
So if this is your first time seeing the game, the core elements of this are pretty basic. Lots of guards doing guard things. I'm gonna try.
You know why we named this place Freedom Town?
We named it for the freedoms
I am gonna
America
try
promised
and do
us,
this one as a
which we
no
never
kill.
really had.
At last, here we are free. To love our God.
I'm gonna
and
try
love
and do this as a
ourselves
no
America
kills.
would never let us.
We only
Stealth them up.
ask that you love this place.
As we love all of you.
You're gonna make it creepy. News clipping about relocation. Yep, so we've seen this one. Okay, and Plunge is saying good on the volume. Nice! Alana says, what do you call someone wearing 3 hats? Whatever you like. They probably can't hear you. Also, Rhino, did I say hello? Did I just skip past?
It is the
I hope I said
puritanical
hello.
hypocrite
What?
who
How
worries
well?
more about who is sleeping with who than he worries about who has enough to eat or what people his government is bombing. It would be the height of absurdity were it not so destructive.
Alright, so we've got a massive advantage in this run. Because we are able to start with a disguise. And the disguise reduces the distance at which you are identified as an outsider. Which is very handy. Pretty much what got us through one of those previous runs.
Our socialist friend to the north summed it up perfectly. Oppressed people have only 2 choices. To suffer or to fight.
Alright, just gonna sneak on past. Never even saw us. Never even saw us. Reinhardt's like, I think he said hi. I should probably say hi back. Greetings! It's good to see you, yo. So yeah, if you ever played any of like the classic Metal Gears,
I
if
just
you ever
got this
played
note from the education
Commandos,
minister of Atuela. He says they really appreciate the apprenticeship program we've set up here. Natives from our region have been learning medical techniques from Natalie, trading agricultural methods with Julia. It's a really good collaboration. It's so refreshing to see a government that honestly cares about all its people.
Alright, so you've noticed that from the last run where we had the incredibly militant, incredibly warlike anti-government setup, like these ones are back to being like the lovely, cuddly, kumbaya, how are you all doing? Oh, Scott Scooter Thompson, an oral history. Tasty what, ho friend? How are you doing? We peaked at like 1,000 people earlier today. How are you? Ah, Bavagus! What, ho friend? So Bavagus, this game is The Church in the Darkness. It is like a top-down stealth 'em up where you're attempting to rescue your cousin from a cult in South America. It's like a pseudo-Christian socialist cult. However, and here's where it gets fresh. You have 2 leaders running this cult. Their personalities are randomized each time. And certain things will happen based on their personalities and whether or not they clash. The other thing is that our location is randomized, as is the location of the person we're trying to save, along with potential narrative characters that we can interact with. Yo!
Hi, it's me. I'm in Florida now, slightly tipsy, but it's going good so far.
Oh, I'm glad to hear, Lily. I'm really glad to hear. do keep us up to date. And if you need to, you have the long ship with you, alright? And, yeah. Thank you for the 245 bits. Feckin' ledge. Feckin' ledge. I first took heroin at 12. And to this day, I still want it. When you're sick, all you can think about is getting well. My parents moved us from Ogden? To try and get me away from the dope, but when I got sick, America would always provide me with another source. And I couldn't face my parents anymore, so I ran. Made it to San Francisco. I was 15 years a junkie until Rebecca and Isaac. Rebecca really helped me replace it with something bigger. And now Freedom Town. It's clean. It's the place for me.
When we recall the verse from Matthew about the city on the hill, I think of our town in the jungle. How we can be an example to the world.
The Puritans preached that their shining example would be Boston. But 300 years later, it is instead a corrupt home for fake progressives and powerful elites.
A betrayal. No life at all would be better than a life of American hypocrisy.
Damn.
We will be true to our principles,
And
whatever end may come.
But Vargas, this game is on PC. Caffeine will be able to chuck a link at you in a second. Also, Caffeine, how are you healing, friend? You said I read that you were off the blockers, but you were onto the good pain meds. So yeah, but Vargas, it's cracking. At its core, it's a solid top-down stealth 'em up game. Like, even if this didn't have the cool narrative, even if this didn't have the procedural and the fun features. Hey, yo, Chuck.
But remember,
Oh, am I big screen cold? It's not a cult. I mean, this is a cult. This isn't a cult. Just as long as we're clear. Say what? So help me, John. So help me. So Captain Stephanie Barnes, what? Oh, friend, how are you doing? I didn't say it was a cult. What am I gonna do with you lot?
Construction of new homes continues, but we must share resources with our many other critical projects. Until then, most cabins will remain home to 6 workers. And please remember, pick up after yourselves. We can't waste our time with roommates fighting over muddy socks when there's so much work to be done.
And if I get very quiet, it is because this is very much a stealth game.
You know how much you all mean to us. But we are coming to a crisis point in Freedom Town. A time when we must decide our future.
We will leave an indelible mark on history and show them how we reject their vile lies.
We forge our own path out of this darkness, escaping with a providence only the Lord can grant us.
I'm gonna comments like, oh, we lost like 900 viewers? Yup.
That it is time for a final reckoning.
But Vargas has great engine for Jagged Alliance, though. Absolutely. Gonna try and do something very risky. Here. Alright, so at least if it goes wrong.
My people, what should I do when I learn someone has smuggled in unapproved medicines, pills, even opiates? We just can't have this. How can you do God's work when you're blitzed out of your mind on that junk? If you see someone with that stuff, tell one of us right away.
Alright, take it all. Cool. Alright, so now I've got a map of what's where. We can do that one. So, Fiona what, oh friend, says, and I'm back off to work. Bye. Just zipped in there. Also, Quasi, Captain Stephanie Barnes, what ho, friend. And Captain Steph, you have no need to apologize. Like, we're still playing this one. Thank you for stopping on in. But again, I'd much rather you'll look after yourselves than feel like you have to push yourselves through like media that hits you in a problematic way. Clank says new mission 420 blaze it. How does one 420 blaze it? A guide to getting crunk. My name is Sir Profluous Crunkington, and today I'll be showing you how to get riggedy wrecked son. As a lot of you know, my research in the field of getting wonky donkey
This
has bared
Eugene V.
several
Debs
fruits.
quote is so important to why we are here. I am opposing a social order in which it is possible.
Mom, I know
Ooh.
you've never believed in what
We got
we're
this one
doing,
way early.
but I don't blame you for being wrong. As Isaac always says, the American corporate machine is designed to make people fear any different way to live. But we live our own policy, and our policy is true equality. I may not change your mind, but I hope you believe in me and love me enough to help me with my dream.
Okay, so
This
we can
is really
talk
hard for me
to
to ask,
Rebecca.
but as
not
we
Rebecca.
get this started,
Are you a member of the mission? Did you just join? I came here to find a good home for my boys. I loved what my kids would learn here about justice for everyone.
Just Diver says,
This
I didn't know
place
it till
is
this very
too-
moment, but I realized I would pay dollars to hear Will read
No,
Nicki
everywhere I
Minaj
look is
lyrics.
danger. Things are coming to a head. I wish I could go get my kids and run, but they're off in Cuba. I don't even know where.
Hey, Ice
I need an
Creed!
address, anything.
And anyone who's
before I
not going to
can
hide
think
hiding
of
from
leaving
me,
to go.
what, oh friends? So yeah, the thing we we're talking about earlier is, oh, so show post.
You want to find Alex? He's your family? Oh, he's a good kid. Let
Um,
me see your map. He's in this section.
That doesn't help me! Sorry, I completely zoned out there. I do apologize. What I was going to say was... Oh, yeah. We were streaming this game... Yo! What is happening? Isocrit says slightly ineffective distraction bits. I mean, it worked. It didn't destroy my game, but it distracted, so... Well done, friends. Oh, yeah, and so for those of you wondering what I was talking about earlier, we got to stream this game on the store page on Steam, and we got up to 1,000 viewers, and it was feckin' cool. Of those, we gained, like, maybe 2 or 3 follows, so I don't imagine we're hitting there. Yo!
Strategic bit bomb.
Just Diver, feckin' thank you. So, Lily, Shackle, Isocrit, and then Just Diver, thank you. Isocrit threw 100 in, Just Diver threw 500 in, and is our new Jarl. As it is early, I mean, we are... Whew, all hail the new Jarl! All hail Just Diver! What will you do with your newfound powers?
I'm sure he'd like to see you. Just like I want to see my boys.
Isocrit just throws pie at the new Jarl. That's not how we do
I
this.
mean, everyone knew this would be hard. But if the walkers had been more honest about just how hard, I think a lot of people would have just stayed in the US.
Shackle's like, wait. I had powers as the Jarl? Theoretical powers. I mean, so far, Caffeine has the longest spree as a single Jarl. Baron says, guess what? What?
I miss the kids, but part of me is glad they aren't here right now. This is a hard time for all of us. But I still miss them. For a time, I thought Isaac would be a role model for my boys. But the last few months, Isaac has changed. He's not a role model anymore. I left the States because I just couldn't see raising children there. It's a culture of death. And I can't have that for my boys. But sometimes what Rebecca says, I think I didn't get far enough away. I'm not leaving here until I have an address of where to find my boys. I'm going to stay here and wait and hope the kids come back. I don't know if I can ever leave.
Ooh. So Baron Sheep's got a bit tracker for Memno. Oh, way cool. I mean, that's... Yay!
Role models are always a trap.
That's the great thing about being such a colossal numpty. I am definitely nobody's role model, I tell you that. Clank,
find that the
Becking,
work,
thank
this
you.
great work, keeps
That
me
is
young.
another 10 months, and
We
that is
thought
another
this
10
song
months.
might
Dear
help everyone
Tony,
remember that.
This song
sincerely
was
thank
submitted
you.
by Suzanne, and I rather like it. Suzanne knows the value of the work. Preparation for the great strike that is surely ahead of us.
I'm sorry, we're gonna get more Suzanne.
We wake up in the morning and we grab a hoe and rake, knowing every time to give more than we will take. Every day's a gift and we must use it.
Ah! Damn it!
To improve our lot according to our plan. When we work together, we will ease our way on.
Now we have to listen to Susan.
Smiling as we work and as we sing this little song. A work away, a work away, a working for a better day. A work away, a work away, a working for a better day. A work away, a work away, a working for a better day. A working for a bright and better day.
Painkillers!
Come on now. Water those crops. Tend the orchards. Don't lag behind. Don't let your brothers and sisters down. Get out to those fields.
Where are we?
No one rests when anyone is still oppressed. Come on
No one
now,
rests.
rally round.
Well, anyone is oppressed. Oh, and Archvalley says, oof, get some Bible camp flashbacks.
The
Sorry.
workers of the world are uniting as we go, tearing down the order as we make our garden grow.
Hey, Scotty! Watto!
Use what we can, working to
Dear Lord, what do we have to listen to? Give me a guard gun and one bullet. Also one hoe.
ease our way along, smiling as we work and as we sing this little song. A work away, a work away, a working for a
Sadly, I can disable the alarms, but I can't disable Susan yet. Susan, you're gonna die in the jungle. I just want you to know. I can't remember. Are we killing people in this run? Did I say we were doing murders? No, I'm good. So Scotty Doggy, Arch Value, everyone who's just coming in, Clank. If I didn't say hi, say hi already. What, ho friends? How are you all doing? Pills and French fries. That's what's for dinner. Right, so the bridge is down here. The bridge is hard to get across.
We call our home Freedom Town. How sad it makes me when some have broken free of their shackles in America only to need shackles once again down here. Unfortunately, some lack the wisdom to work together toward true freedom.
Reactor online.
Hey,
Systems
Shift, you
online.
legend!
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
I've been watching this nicer video game non-confrontational version of the Jerry Springer Show for 10 months. Sounds about right. Carry on.
Thank you kindly. Hey, Shift, yeah, been with us for 10 months for some reason, and from before. Also,
The kitchen has been experimenting with new uses for our always abundant cassava crop. The cassava chips and cornbread continue to be favorites. But have you tried the cassava pudding?
I think I prefer this over the angry, fighty cult leaders. Sorry, what I was going to add is one of the things that I always used to love about Jerry Springer, because back when that was a big deal, is that they bring these people on, they'd stir them up, they'd get into a fist fight, security would break them up, there'd be screaming and madness. But the thing that I always loved about that show, the thing that stuck with me,
You know
was how at the
much
end
you
of
all
it,
mean to
Jerry
us.
would come out and he'd do his final thoughts of the day, and he'd bring everything together so artfully, with a sense of genuine compassion, leaving us stuff to think about.
We will leave
Even
an
though it
indelible
was a
mark
show
on history
entirely
and show them
designed to
how we
bring...
reject their vile lies.
We forge our own path out of this darkness, escaping with the providence only the Lord can grant us.
And we will inspire others to realize this world is cruelty, that it is time for a final reckoning.
I always respected what he could do with just those final thoughts, to take something that was like, you know, trashy daytime TV nonsense and bring that together into something compassionate, something that actually made a difference, you know what I mean? It's real easy to do reality TV and throw rocks at people,
From
but
Romans
to
13,
take that and then...
let no debt remain
Yeah,
outstanding.
you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I take that as a bit of a compliment, you know what I
To
mean?
love one another.
Oh, we got a trank gun.
For whoever loves others has fulfilled the law. The commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and whatever other command there may be, are summed up in this one command. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law.
I've not used an alarm override. Baron says, you know, it's all scripted, right? Like there was a show about it. Oh yeah, I am under no delusion, but it was just that the idea of scripting this comical, over-the-top ridiculousness of this.
We must send a message. We can show them we will fight until death, and that death will be in our control, not theirs.
Sorry, here's me half butchering my point because I'm trying to sneak past people. Dang, this is heavily defended. Just gonna hide in there for a second. This guy's saying the public love a bit of rock throwing and it does distract them. It does, it does. A friend of mine put forward this idea that it's one of the reasons why we've seen this rise in zombie media.
Opportunists rule us for so long.
That shows like The
We
Walking
would
Dead
no longer
and The
stand
Ilk
it.
have become
And
very, very
so
successful.
We are here on our own.
Oh, also, friendos, do tell me if the audio levels are jank. But yeah, they were saying that one of the reasons why shows like The Walking Dead done so well is it's a similar, what's the word? It's a similar kind of premise, you know, you're... Oh, no. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm probably screwed.
During our crisis, we have made special arrangements for the children. They are in Cuba, at Colonia Unidad La Palma, learning about the revolution from our trusted neighbors.
Out of the mouth of babes hast thou ordained strength, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger.
When we send our strongest message, we do so knowing it will make the world better and all children will benefit.
These are hard decisions, but we must make them, for God has made us his messengers.
Oh, interesting. So, the Last by the River's not here anymore. Scotty says, anyone else get the dun 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 music from Metal Gear running through their head when he goes all quiet and sneaky? Yup! Alright, game volume's a teensy bit loud. As disturbing a concept as it is, I can make myself a little bit louder.
Our community is open to anyone who rejects the misery we saw everywhere in the U.S. Anyone with love in their heart, whoever that love is for, if they declare cruelty unacceptable, I will embrace them.
So we did not succeed in getting, in finding whoever it is here we're meant to be looking for. I don't think I've killed anyone yet. Most of everybody's still. The disguise makes this absolutely feasible. Because I tell you, I tried, there was a lot of death. There was a lot of death on those first few runs, just because
When Kennedy evoked
it's
that
so
passage from
hard.
Matthew, he spoke of how the world was watching America, the shining city. He then launched his army into a series of war crimes in Vietnam. Such naked hypocrisy and evil in God's name no longer conscience living in the United States. Our own shining city, this freedom town, will never betray them.
So far, no sign of our... Yes. Hey, what's a transistor radio do? Oh, a loud distraction wherever you are. Those fucking... As much as I want to use those trank rounds... Actually, we can take the trank rounds, and then we can take the stale bread.
Reactor
Delicious!
online. Sensors
Yay!
online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Dash what, oh friend?
Oh slash.
We will know that is all God wished for us.
Rhino says, how many hats are left? 3 hats. There are 3 hats.
And who schemes to stop us?
I seem to have dropped something.
Holy fuck, Dash!
And would destroy our lives to take what
Holy
little we
shit!
have. Because they must have everything.
Game, shut up! Holy crud! Yeah, you fucking dropped something! Fucking hell! Hello? Everyone's like bows before the new Jarl. Yo!
All hail the new Jarl.
All hail the new Jarl! Okay! I'm gonna turn the audio down because... Holy crud. Dash, yo! You know what? You know what? Today, I am not gonna... It is... 10 months, yo. 10 months. Today, we fucking kicked ass on Steam like a bunch of badasses, and it was dope. You know what? Dash Cool, fucking thank you. Thank you. We're doing it. Like, friends, we're really doing it. And it keeps going because you lot keep me going. Fucking hell, Dash. Holy shit! No! Joe-Cat, take it away! Take it away! Joe-Cat, I'm feeling things! You can't do this! Joe, no! What, Howard, welcome! You think to find me emotionally distracted? No! No! I will not be surprised by your raids, Joe-Cat! To arms,
Reactor
my
online.
friends!
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Whimsy dab, whimsy dab, whimsy dab, whimsy dab.
Oh, fucking hell! Everyone, what ho, welcome. Someone just seconds ago dropped a red bit on me, and I'm trying to recover. And then you all crash on in here, and I'm like, hey, cool! Yeah, they came at me in my moment of weakness. Everyone, what ho, and welcome. It's fucking hell. Fucking hell! Dash! Dash, yo! Yo! Friends, Dash just gave out 5 subs to the crowd. And, Miller Ninja, thank you kindly for the follow as well. So, right. Dash just threw out 5 subs. They went to Ark of the Conclave, Scionth, Bavagus, Atari, Cyber Elch, and Zua O. Fecking thank you. Fecking thank you. Okay, okay. God, fecking. All hail! All hail, Dashkull!
incessant clicking.
All hail, Dashkull! New y'all! Oh, fecking hell. Alright. God, fecking hell. I didn't expect that to... I didn't expect that, obviously. Expect that to hit me. So, everyone who's just coming in, what ho and welcome. My name is Will. If we haven't met before, I used to work in video games, and now I do this full time. I am very happy to call Joe Cat a friend. To all of my lot,
Stop that incessant clicking.
if by some weird quirk of fate you don't know Joe Cat, that's entirely fine. Joe Cat is a wonderful person and the creator of the Crap Guide 2 series of both D&D and Monster Hunter. If you haven't seen the newest one, which is a crap guide to D&D Wizard, you deserve that because it made me laugh so much. All of you have just joined us. It's lovely to make your acquaintance. So the game we're playing here... Sorry.
Stop that incessant clicking.
So the game we're playing here is called The Church in the Darkness. And it's a semi-procedural narrative stealth 'em up where you try and break into a cult to rescue your cousin. The personalities of the cult leaders are randomized, the locations are randomized, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened. We did a stream of it on Steam today. And it was feckin' great. We had like 1,000 viewers. So yeah. Oh, Subordinate is saying the video's on trending, so it's easy to find. Yo! So look, those of you who have come on over, it's lovely to make your acquaintance. Joe Cat, if you're chilling and illing, at some point I want to hear how VidCon was, because I've never been to VidCon. And I am feeling a lot of things right now. So all of you that have joined us, it's lovely to have you with. If you want to check out the game, Caffeine dropped a link in chat.
Stop that incessant clicking.
So yeah. So jumping into chat. Oh, so Lord Draco's going to bed. Draco, I think I saw you throw a follow, and I might have missed it, but thank you kindly. And have yourself a good evening, yo. I'm feeling a lot of things right now. Choo choo, Shackle, choo choo. Oh, okie dokie. And AR, thank you for the tiny bit, yo. And Slepted and people who are throwing follows, sincerely thank you. Someone was asking if Steam streaming is a new thing. It sort of. So you know how you can like stream your gameplay to friends on Steam? Well, they added a feature in the last few months where you can stream to the store page, and that's what we did today. So if you went to the Church in the Darkness on Steam earlier today, and your GM, thank you kindly. I mean, not my GM, but your GM. My GM is Baron Sheep. Yeah, and so if people went to the store page, they could see it being played live, and we were asked by both the developers and the publisher of this game to give it a crack. From this point on, I'm under no obligation. I don't have to say anything nice about this game. I don't have to do anything. But we managed to clear it once, and the sheer level of variation in
Reactor
endings.
online. Sensors
Yo!
online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Ooh, Loki, what I found laying around. What does this button do again?
I don't know, Fallen Mystic, but you've been smacking it for 10 bloody months. So no big deal. You think after hitting a button for 10 months, you'd either accept it, it's doing what it's doing, or... I have no words. Dash, what do you like? I got up early, and I did things, and it worked, and I'm already... My emotional fortitude is low. So, friendos, this is the Church in the Darkness. Culty stealth 'em up. Stealth 'em up. Cool, I can't speak now. Fallen's like, what can I say? A bit slow on the uptake this at times, good sir. Fallen Mystic, it is lovely to have you with. Baron was like, I was staring blankly at the wall. Then I heard my name. That's what my Tinder profile says. Dash is like, we've met. You know what I'm like now. That is very true. And you saw me hungover, and for some reason still are supporting me. So yeah, we have to stealth our way up across this, like, pseudo-Christian cult that was originally based in the US, but everyone moved to South America. Night Valen says, maybe that's why we're supporting you, because you've seen me hungover? God. It's a charity and a half.
Our best revolutionary leaders were killed when they said no to the war machine's endless appetite. We refuse to fight for profits, and that makes us dangerous.
But
We
Vargas
fight
says, I grew up in the
only
UK,
our own
now I'm in
fight.
South America. Yo,
Our
how are you
surveillance
finding it,
tells us
Vargas?
they are sending forces to destroy us because they so fear what we represent.
I've
When
never
people
been to South
question how
America,
we've
so I
chosen to
couldn't
arm
comment on,
ourselves,
like,
I ask, what
contextual-
choice do we have?
Reactor
Dream of a
online.
peaceful
Sensors
world,
online.
of course.
Weapons online. All
But as
systems
Castro
nominal.
said, a revolution is not a bed of
Notice
roses.
those
We arm
vegetables they're
ourselves to
growing.
control our
It
own
means
fate.
they're cultivating their crop.
Cryostix, you've legit done me a damage. Right, just in case the message was wiped out by the game audio, Cryostix said, notice those vegetables they're growing. It means that they are cultivating a crop. Just Fireball. Just Diver, that is exactly how you should respond to that pun. Just Fireball. I'm hearing a lot of words coming out of your mouth that aren't Fireball. Thing was, I played a wizard, and I would use lightning magic in public so that I could burn people's houses down with Fireball in private and get away with it. Oh, and Dash is going to catch a bus. Alright, Dash. Safe journey back. Dash, fucking thank you. So, red bit on day 2 after we've done... I was stressing so much this morning to make sure the tech was working, because I didn't get to test it yesterday because of the stuff and the things, and it worked, and it was fucking brilliant, and now you're doing a thing, and I'm feeling a lot of things right now! Feeling a lot of things right now. So I'm sorry those of you who come up from Joe Cat's lot. I'm not at my most coherent. You know how it is. Dash, I am not reading that out. As Jarl, you can make that statement, but I am not saying that. Mainly because I don't want people to think that I'm fishing. But like... in the fields? No. Alright, we gotta give up on this one. Let's try heading north into the field and the orchards. Neo Pale says the solution is
Now,
more coffee.
apparently back home, the
Really
critics
is.
say we are not getting enough to eat here, that the weather is bad, and a whole lot of other nonsense. So when you write home, tell everyone how good the food is, how nice Venezuela is for us, and how happy you are with your decision to live in Freedom Town. I'm counting on you.
Hi, my name is Will, and I'm feeling a lot of things right now. Lot of feelings. So this is the place where we would usually see stuff and things. So we can't go at it from this angle.
Injustice is the fuel that powers the motor that makes the United States run. Without injustice, its engine will seize up, incapable of going forward. The luxuries the rich have come to expect would be impossible in a world where no one is starving, where everyone had decent medical
He wants
care,
me to have a
where
lot of
seniors
chloroform.
are cared for,
don't know
and
if I
where
should know.
every child can get an education. And that is the great, dark truth of American capitalism. That the rich will
File this
kill
under a big
the
old bag
poor
of note.
in order to keep their luxuries. That their extreme comfort is more important than other people's very lives.
Right, just gotta remember. Wait, hang on. Just gotta remember where all the good goods are. Okay.
I have been hearing a lot of complaints about vetoed visitation requests. Let me emphasize, it is so important we carefully monitor who comes to Freedom Town. We are aware of several past incidents where the FBI planted bombs.
What the hell is this? Just cast down. Good goods near the pink circle. Wonder if we'll find people here later on. Oh god darn it! I was doing fine today. Now I'm feeling things. Zuo would like to inform
Let me say
us.
this again. With a group as numerous
Since
as
I got a
ours,
gift sub,
some people will
do
stray.
you know why pretzels are an ironic
Wanderer
food?
will be called out publicly. I have found
Because
this
they're
the
not
best way
for
to keep
consumption.
people on track with our mission.
And
Because
for
they're
those of
not
you who question the
for
necessity
consumption.
and the severity, we cannot
Okay,
risk
that would've been
anything
bad.
that might crack our foundation.
Gandaran,
We
what?
will not shy away from what has to be done.
What? Oh, how are you doing? Today has been a day in the most wonderful.
Like our proud sisters and brothers at Stonewall showed us, if things don't get better, eventually you just need to pick up something heavy and smash it through a car window.
Okay, managed to lure them away. Try not to get too misty-eyed here, because that does not make for conducive stealth maneuvers. You kind of need to be able to see to do and stealth.
Can you believe they still talk about an American dream?
So Lily says, I barely stepped in the pain, and now I'm going to rest a bit, so I'll see you later. I'll see you later, Lily, and I hope you're doing good. I am feeling a lot of things right now, but
Any other
that
dream that
is,
dares compete is
it's
shot
not a
down
thing I can
dead.
complain about. You know what I mean?
Just ask Dr. King.
Holy moly. Holy moly. Pills here. Got pills. Oh.
And what about the FBI's COINTEL program, whose very stated goal is maintaining the existing social and political order? Is it any surprise that they came after us? Because I look at their social order and I say that it is not good enough for my family.
Stealthy, stealthy, stealth things. Stealthy, stealthy lives. Doing an adventure. An hour later of there are 4 lights.
Back in the U.S., the noose is tightening. Look at the FBI's war on the Panthers. Their leadership has been blatantly assassinated by the government. If we had not left, I am certain the same would have happened to us.
There's another play park over here. We keep our eyes and ears open. There are people we can find and talk to, which seems to be one of the key elements for unlocking like little hidden story stuff. As long as I don't get cocky and walk off into ridiculous.
You know, when I met Rebecca, I loved her because of how strong she was. In a a society like theirs, for a woman to be that tough, I knew she was the strongest person I'd ever met. So now, sometimes we argue, and we are better for it.
It's also worth saying, friends, that depending on how many people you've killed, depends on how severe the kind of failure penalty is. So to put it into context, like if we were to kill a ton of people and then got shot down, we just get drowned in a feckin' lake. If we stealth our way through this, if we play it all sneaky beaky like and get captured,
Play by their rules. Do what you're told, ignore the suffering of others, and win all your money in Las Vegas. If you like those odds, you may be fine there. Or you must take what you deserve by force.
Scrolled gossip. What was that in the shipment last week? Lots of pills. So many pills. For what? They just want us to be safe. That's not worrying at all. All these three just sitting around having a look at each other. Okay, we're not too far from the theatre, so let's see what we can find. Fucking hell, I did not. Well,
Some people have been talking about the number of guns we have in Freedom Town. I must remind them what Huey Newton said. Sometimes, if you want to get rid of the gun, you have to pick the gun up.
Aw. Oh. I might be in trouble. Oh. Oh no, I am in trouble.
When I say no to trips home, you have to understand I trust you.
Oh.
I know you would want to come back to Freedom Town. It's them I don't trust. They wouldn't let you come back, and I don't want to lose any of my people.
So I've led us on a bit of a wild goose chase because I didn't know what we'd find up here, and now I've got to get us back down and across the river. Good work, Will. Oh, okay. I've had a little breather. I'm doing better now. Cool, that's in one of the previous runs. That's where they drowned me. They put me in that cage and just
They
drowned
fear
me.
us. I will tell you why. Because they see us living together in peace, sharing what we have. They see us as a threat to their own lives of idolatry.
Alright,
A threat to their Mercedes,
I've had a breather.
their swimming
I'm
pools,
good.
and their illegal
Dash is
wars
probably going to
around
be
the
our
world
Jarl
that
for the
bankroll
longest of
all
times,
it.
but Dash will...
A threat to their
Well,
segregated
when in
communities,
return,
their
thank you.
segregated
So,
marriages, their
those of you that were over
segregated
at
churches.
Joe Cat stream, so how was it? What did I
How
miss?
dare we suggest there may be a better way?
Because I haven't been able to catch one of Joe's streams. I guess since before. Since before VidCon. The difference a well-placed apple can make.
Capitalism lives off in effort.
And yeah, Ark of the Conclave, the My People is super creepy. They're doing that kind of atypical thing of, you know, the difference between me and mine, you know?
Angela Davis has it right. You cannot separate racism from capitalism.
There we go. Pick up the body. Stash the body. Just Over says, is that John Laurie doing the voice
As
from the
Lenin
loudspeaker?
said,
I
freedom in
recognize
capitalist
it, so it
society
might
has
be.
always meant freedom for the slave owner.
I could not tell you the...
The trick
Ooh.
is, in America, sometimes they let new people own slaves.
Oh, okay.
You can destroy
Breathing,
a
breathing.
revolutionary
Right, so,
by killing him.
Progress report.
Or by
Kian
making
T.
him come
Kian has
to
always
the
been very
Washington
dedicated and passionate about our work, but she's been asking a lot of questions about why there are so many guns in Freedom Town. She still works harder than most, but I think if we don't give her an answer, she accepts we will have a problem. Charles. Ooh. Gonna knock this guy out. Cha. Hey, Anbu, what, old friend? How are you doing? How are you doing? We've been playing this game all day. We were playing it on Steam, and now we're playing it here. Joe Cap brought a raid in, which is why we've got so many lovely friendos chilling and illing. So yeah,
Born sleeping on a bed of gold, they preach their great accomplishments when all they have done is perpetuate a system that robs you.
I actually told John earlier that after doing the Steam on stream and starting late, there'd probably only be like 4 people hanging out.
Why anyone should have a moment's peace when they could work for starvation wages to line the pockets of the wealthiest. Who gave you the right to question? Who gave you the right to refuse their system? We did.
Vargas, Arch Valley was saying the thing that creeped me out about stuff like this is there was a point in time where I was right to falling into stuff like this. Oh yeah, God, especially like me, like Will, like age 19 to about like 19 to 22. I was a very, very angry young man, and it would not have taken much. They're just stoning that person. It would not have taken me much to kind of get wrapped into something like that.
From time to time, I think about what they might say about us in the history books. But then I remember that those texts are shot through with lies.
Juggling Toad says cults look at college students for that very reason. Absolutely.
I never felt like I fit in
Oh.
anywhere. Maybe if I had known my dad, things would be different.
I didn't know
But
these
he
got
wasn't
read out.
around. I never got along with my mom, no matter how hard she tried to fix things. Second time I ran away, I ended up with my friend Chill. Chill was all right, but his brother scared me. We got pulled into some bad stuff. Mom cried when the police called about what her son had gotten into. She couldn't fix me. We fought. But then I found Isaac and Rebecca. They showed me so much. So I came here to work and make this place good.
Clank says idealism? I missed the reason. Oh, sorry. The reason I would have got suckered into stuff like that was because,
You may remember our friends
basically
at
young
the
angry,
Bear Ridge Commune.
young angry man. Like, young lads are
I
real
had hopes
easy.
they'd be
'cause
safe up in the Cascades.
You give them a
Far enough up there
cause
not to
and a focus,
bother anyone.
and they very quickly become the
From what I'm told,
converts of the further of the
last week
converted.
they were raided by the FBI.
Because I'd basically been chucked out by my parents who was living up in London, so
Many.
I spent a lot of time being angry back then.
The rest now homeless. And for what? They just wanted their own peace. If we hadn't left the U.S., that would be us, my people. Dead in a ditch.
Vargas says, I used to be a political activist back then. I never had any friends who understood that sphere, so I was very smash the state, but with no real focus for it, you know what I mean?
We will never know paradise if we do not claim it. That is why we built this place, and why we must keep building.
Banana.
For every rich college student
lot of
talking
people
about
there.
putting his body upon the gears
Okay.
and upon the wheels.
Vargas says, we probably crossed paths in London back in my days. Possibly.
Anything after pretending.
I mean, but Vargas, I spent a lot of time drinking around like Hounslow Way,
How many of those
because that's where my friends all were. I was living in a like
and I'm proud that
too many people in a shared house joint in Isleworth,
you mean it.
which was interesting. Ring ring, who's that? Social awareness. Neopale says game volume is still a bit louder. All right, let me bring it down. It's very difficult to balance this one. I mean, I'd always much like you all can listen to me banter whenever, but like. Yeah. Out of my way. Stale bread. Delicious.
Born of genocide, built by slavery, stained by misogyny, where the poor are taught to hate each other and to die in wars to serve the wealthiest. Was America ever great? Those were just lies told to hide the sins.
Sneak on through those cones. They're gonna burn that person. Bloody hell. Bloody looks that way, doesn't he?
No one wants to leave their families behind. But if you told them of our ways and they refuse to listen, you know they are lost. Our future is here. Not back in the most corrupt nation of the world.
Oh, so what we're keeping an eye out for, friends, and the reason why I'm kind of creeping about is we're looking for anyone with like a green ring around them. Anyone who appears to have... What's up here? Anyone with a green ring around them, that's someone that we can have a dialogue with. Someone who won't be immediately suspicious. Oh, a fried Edo sandwich. Lovely. Right. Find me one of those outhouses. There we go. Into the cage for you. Yeah, Tasty says this game is cool. It is. The thing I was talking about during the break was that there's so much... This game is very simple in terms of its controls. You have like a series of items to work with, none of which that are super bombastic. You know, your main goal is distract and avoid. You can go on a gun spree, but it's not advisable. You know, and we're familiar with systems like this from games like Hitman, etc. But this ends up being special because there's a narrative tied into this that unfurls as you're playing. And that's pretty feckin' dope. Like, we all know games like, you know, Metal Gear, Commandos, Behind Enemy Lines, stuff like that, and those are all stonking. What I find really interesting about this is that it understands the reset, restart mechanic. It adds enough randomness to keep you engaged, so you're not just like, you know, hiding and following patterns like, oh, no. Nope. Oh, postcard from Patrick. Let's have a read. Alright, last envelope. Appreciated doing excellent. Relax. Summer is no sweat anymore now. Everything planted. End of plowing. Lazy evenings. I need a cheap-ass guitar. Extra strings. Hug everyone. Love, Pat. Encrypted warning. Do not mail. Recommended examination by Natalie. Possible public confirmation. Oh. Alright, friends, can you see the encoded message? I can't see it, but I'm dyslexic as all hell. Does anyone see it? Because I'm like, is it the capitalization? I don't think so. Is it the lineup? I don't think so. LDS. So LDRS. Vargas says, I'm not great at this type of investigation. Me neither. But there's something in here. Dot, 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 dash, dash, dot, dot. Dash, 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 dot, dash. Dash, dot, slash, dot, dash, dot, com. What is help in Morse code? Oh, Dorcha says first letter of every word. Leaders. Leaders. Insane. People in cages. Help. Oh, I think Pat's gonna have a bad time. Yeah, wowzer indeed, my friends. Wowzer indeed. Unfortunately, we didn't find Alex in any of the medical tents. And it seems that in this run, both Rebecca and Isaac are more temperate. They're more kind of like...
When writing to your relatives, remember we want them to understand how good things are for us, how important our work is. And Sarah, our communications director, is always available.
Technically, we're still within. Let's see if we can find where in the bloody hell Alex is. Max Atreides, what, oh friend? Is asking how goes the cult leader training. It's not a cult. If anything, what I'm doing now is some cult smashing. Oh God. Don't forget to check for cones of interest. Don't walk into your enemy guards. Yeah, Juggling Toad was saying, was just congratulating Dorcas on the decoding. Dorcas, fucking thank you, yo. I wouldn't have been able to crack that by myself. Just looking for Alex now. He'll be around here somewhere. Alex, you fucking bad word. What do you mean?
You are compromised.
Mr. Fredo Bear says, I've been dead again.
Slander is inevitable.
How are you doing?
So
What?
here are people back in the U.S. attacking and deriding us. And I know we are doing everything right.
I just really hope that... I always wonder whether or not this is... games like this have like time elements in it. Quick show of hands, how many of you played Deus Ex Human Revolution?
Those somehow read his holy words, yet still live as the most despicable capitalists.
Because I still find the introduction to that as one of the great examples of like how to mess with people's expectations, especially in a game like this. And Mr. Fredo Bear says, I've been fine, how about you? I'm doing lovely. I got to stream this game on the Steam page. Oh, no! And hide again. Sorry about that. So, Mr. Fredo Bear, I got to stream this game on the Steam page of on the Steam product page of it today, and it went really well. We ended up peaking at like 1,000 viewers, which is fucking cool. AR and Harmonious and Clank all played it. So, the beginning to Deus Ex Human Revolution, you get told there's a hostage situation, and you have to run to the helicopter to get on site to fix it. Now, if you've ever played a Deus Ex game, if you've ever played any of those like first-person RPG puzzly games, you're like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Like, why worry, right? You know that the game's just gonna do some hand-wavy stuff. You can feck around for 2 hours, search every nook and cranny, and then show up, right? Right? No. There is a hidden time limit. Take too long in the opening segment of Deus Ex, all the hostages die, and there's nothing you can do.
Sadly, we must distance ourselves lest they drag us all down.
Oh, how was that feckin' dodge?
Am I a man of God or a man of war? When the so-called civilized world will not leave us alone, I must.
Yeah, but Vargas, that is unsettling.
I will fight so my people are free.
I just got in from.
Free
I
to live.
think I just gotten home as all the new stuff was coming in. Researched. Yo!
What
Vanderbeest!
Sneaky Viking infiltrator.
Yeah! Vanderbeest, fecking thank you. Not only is that a 10-month, but that is a 10-month at a tier 2. You hecking legend. Thank you kindly, friend. Thank you
The
kindly.
black man is there to shine their shoes and live in their slum fine. The government tells him he is free. But he is just as much a slave as his grandfather 100 years ago.
Mr. Fredbear says, I'm guessing this takes place in a farm by the looks of it. Oh no, so the idea of this is, this was like,
Now he is a terrorist. Now he
it's
must
not
be
Jonestown, it's a shorthand for that kind of like Jonestown setup. So this was a cult that was based out of California that moves to South America to avoid what they call oppression by the US government.
What they've done in the States is take slavery and dress it up in new clothes. They don't allow you enough food to live, a decent school
lot of dead
to send your
people.
children, health services, not in your neighborhood. And once you are old, you're just a used-up slave. They won't even do you the dignity of taking you out back and putting a bullet in your head. They suck away what money you have left, leaving you to die in a slow tragedy.
Oh, piss in a bin! I've been rumbled!
Empire builds enough weaponry to kill
No,
everyone
hide,
on
hide.
the planet 10 times over.
No, don't take the pills, it's hiding the fucking thing!
Arsenal fills up.
Yeah, Miyaki Discuro says the dude's getting more creepy. Vanderbeest, I'm trying not to murder everyone. And Miyaki Discuro, thank you for bringing that up because we've had a ton of new viewers. So, each time you do a run of this game, the personalities of the two leaders changes. In our last run, which we managed to grab the kid and get out, but we didn't solve any of the more, we're going to say flammable issues. We didn't manage to solve any of those. So what ended up happening is when we got out, it was a mess. But in that run, both the cult leaders were like hella militaristic, super aggressive. In this one, they started out very kumbaya, very everything's fine and right with the world. Cyanide pills, the label is completely removed. Excuse me, what? When did I find those? Holy crud, the shipment of pills. I still think I can make it away from there.
Over the last 10 years, I've seen all the great progressive leaders assassinated. I know my life is at risk. Rebecca knows she is in danger. We make ourselves targets by what we say and what we do. We accept this.
Alright, let's try talking to this lass again.
Anything you can tell me about the kids? Why didn't the walkers have kids? Is it weird that I think it's weird?
Alright, we did manage to find out anything about the children, so hopefully we can kind of get through this. Oh, we searched this area pretty well. Try the dining hall. Or try and find Kian on this side. It's possible. I mean, I don't... God, we've got to cross this bridge so many times. I mean, props to us for, like, managing to do that and not die repeatedly, but... Woohoo! We're getting good at this.
Shows how cancerous the whole organism of America truly is.
This will be my newest game facts project. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Cult Smashing Facts with Will. Collective victory. That's pretty catchy.
Can you believe they still talk about an American dream? The American
Yeah, that pretty
dream
bird was
is
very,
about
very
getting
pretty.
rich while everyone
Made me freak out for a
else
moment
stays.
there.
It is the only way their system works. Any other dream that dares compete is shot down dead.
Guess
Just
he's on the
ask
wrong-
Dr. King.
Looks like we got all the horses! Benny! You're on the wrong side of the river! Yes, that was a butchered quote from seminal classic action romp The Mummy.
You do not build a war machine to maintain peace. War machines are hungry for one thing, and they only understand one language. That is why we must take up arms, even now, even here.
Okay. Oh no, we don't know each other, it's fine. It's fine, carry on your cult business! It's not a cult. Mr. Frodo just informs, I have the horses in the back. Oh, that's where they were. That's why we'd lost those.
When I read my Bible, it is so obvious Jesus Christ is on our side. Those who somehow read his holy words yet still live as the most despicable capitalists. Are they illiterate?
Aha! Here we go.
The good book tells me to show
Oh,
hospitality to
Kian, you
strangers.
killed me!
We're good people here. I trust you are too. For many of us, this is the best life we've ever known, an escape from the violence we faced in America. I come to be by the river to remember that.
Oh,
to
so
thank God for
up
what he's
to
given
zero
us.
says, are the view cones lighting up due to a command by the player, or is it something else activating the view cones? The view cones, at least at this difficulty setting, are visible whenever I go into stealth mode. So what I do is I take a breath, or sometimes I sprint a little bit and take a breath, just to see view cones and then move around them. So, yeah. Up to zero, how much of this have you seen so far, if you don't mind my asking? Also, hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to leap on your question like some hungry velociraptor. It's been a day. I have played a lot of this, and I'm really enjoying it. So I apologize if you suddenly got a very sugared up, wide-eyed Will being like, yes, hello, I will answer your questions. Vanderby says, geez, y'all have so much HP. Dash dropped a red bit. Vanderby's dash dropped a red bit. I wasn't ready. I don't know if I'll ever be ready.
So many back in the US say something is wrong here. Do you think so? Prove it to me. Show me one piece of evidence.
All right, Mr. Fredo
I'll
Bear,
look
it was
at
lovely to see you.
If it's real, I'll
If
do
we don't
something
see you
about
for
it.
6 months, then have an excellent 6 months, and we look forward to seeing you when you get back, all right?
Oh, you're
All right, up to
Alice's
zero, no worry.
Sure, I'll tell
I
you
am
where
not
he
a
is.
dev
You
on
got a
this
map I
game,
can
but
write
I've
on?
played this now for
Best
like
I know, this is his cabin here.
4 or 5 hours, and it's cracking. Alright, so now we've got a fixed location on Alex.
You ask him how he feels about Freedom Town. He wants to go, you take him with you. He can make his own choices. But those
Well,
of
so
us
up
who
to
wanna
zero,
stay
the
for
things that are really
fight to
interesting
come,
about it is the
move us
layout
along.
of all the players is randomized. The personalities of the cult leaders are different each time. And there is permadeath in this, but the idea is that each run, like if you fail, you can get back in the action just like that. It's very good. It's very good.
I like coming down to the river to remember where we're going.
So yeah.
Isaac talks about how we conquered the jungle, how we are the jungle now, all this. I think I'd rather be the river, always moving. Nature's showing us her force, God's permanence.
Okay, ask about Freedom
Let the
Town.
world see what great things we're doing here. Let them look at our work. No lies will hide this.
Ask
There's an America that employs the police, and an America that the police keep down. I don't want no part of either. Rebecca is determined. I thought that was good when I thought she knew the limits. Now I am concerned.
Okay.
Isaac has so many guns in this camp. Do we really need this many? Won't the guns make us into the thing we hate? I wish everyone realized the guns will not win this fight for us. They only give the world a reason to fear us.
Okay, so Kian's helped us narrow down where Alex is. So we've got a little bit more effort. So and up to 0.6 sounds good. And we'll have repellability. The prices are right too. What is actually? What is the price of this? Here's me been fecking talking about it all day. How much is it? Oh yeah, you ain't wrong. And friendos, they're rebroadcasting our gameplay from earlier on the main page, so you can now see me twice. Twice.
Most of you have heard about the debate Rebecca and I had earlier this week at the agricultural meeting. I know it got a little heated, but when you care about something as much as we care about this town, you just have to be sure you're making the best decision for everyone.
Yeah, Vanderby says, "Ooh, double will, pitcher in pitcher." I mean, if you can handle that level of mojo, I won't stop you. The thing I haven't worked out is whether or not there is a real-time, like, day-night cycle affecting this or not. Oh, and very, very quickly.
If we do not claim it.
So,
That is
Impact
why we
Game
built this
Station
place.
Live
Why
says hello from
we
Ireland.
must keep
Well, to
building.
you I say, what? Oh, and welcome. How goes it? We are playing this game. We played it a whole bunch on Steam today, and now we're playing it here, and it's bloody marvelous. How are you doing? As Impact saying that they got it early before launch and love it. Oh, that's really good to hear, yo. I had the pleasure of drinking with the devs of this last year at PAX. They talked about the project, and I've been really keen to show it off since then, and it's going. Clank says, a screaming match isn't a debate, Isaac. Also, Anbu's like, oh, today is so very hot. For those who don't know, Anbu's based out of South Korea. I want to say Seoul because that's like saying I know my friend in London and my friend in the UK. I'm sure they're in London. You know what I mean? Oh wow! Impact uploaded over 40 minutes of 4K Xbox One X footage. Dang, that's way cool. Well, we're still working out a lot of this ourselves, so. We've only managed to do one ending where we basically just grab Alex and just book it out. Still been throwing rotten fruit at that person for hours.
Was Probably nothing, but everyone should be on watch.
There's the
If
alarms.
you see anything suspicious, tell a security team member immediately.
Thankfully, I have enough pain pills to fucking bring down the bourgeoisie. Oh, Ambu's saying in Seoul today it's 31 degrees C. Shreemu says like the Matrix, but Matrix-like tendencies. I mean, my first instinct is to take both pills and just scoff them. Impact was saying, imagine playing Commandos on PC in this kind of style would be awesome. Yes! And what I've been thinking about all day since playing this is that, I mean, Commandos was a bit of a bait and switch. It presents to you a World War II stealth 'em up, but really, Commandos is a puzzle game. You have a problem, you solve it. You have a situation, you fix it, right?
In a capitalist society, anyone with a lot of power must have left a hitting trail of thought and smoke.
Yeah, I don't know if you've all noticed, Isaac's getting bleaker and Rebecca's getting more militant as we're going through.
Injustice is the fuel that powers the motor that makes the United States run. Without injustice, its engine will seize up. Incapable
Impact says, I love how the Green Beret is Irish too. Yes!
to expect.
I mean, you don't need me to tell you this. We really don't have enough, like, decent Irish characters in video gaming. We could certainly use some really good, not stereotypes, but archetypes, you know what I mean? But yeah, so, if you never played Commandos back in the day, it was this gorgeous, like, pre-rendered environment World War II game where you always had a varying objective: plant the explosive, kill the general, and you had to use a group of different characters and their different abilities. But with Commandos, while it looked like it was a stealth 'em up, it was really a puzzle game. You had to work out where to do the right thing with the right time and the right person. What I like about this is it feels a lot like what I was hoping Commandos would be back in the day. You know what I mean? So, if you could take that, if you could take the variation, the flavor, and add a combat system onto that one in a Commando style, it would be dope as hell. But then again, this is telling us a story. Like, we can gun down multiple people and be a feckin' badass, but like, yo... Oh, Just Dive says, isn't Moira in Overwatch Irish? Right you are. I don't know whether Moira could be considered stereotypical or not. Alright, finally found Alex.
Vic, Mom sent you here? Really?
Holy
You need to go
Toledos.
before people see you and lose their minds.
Oh, Shreemu, thank you for stopping in, yo. And thank you for sticking with. We are going to have an excellent little stream. We're definitely going to do a run of this. Oh, and yeah, all of you that came over from Joe Cat's lot and those who stuck around, fucking thank you, yo. It means a lot. I know this game isn't the most bombastic, and over here we play a lot of different games. Usually, we have like a couple of games on rotation, but we try and play something different all the time. So, yo, appreciate it. Thank you kindly, alright? Right.
We brought hatred down here with us. Can't ever get away from what's in you. They tell us about friends dying from malaria, right? But those friends didn't die from malaria. They died from disobeying. Let me see your map. This is where Isaac and Rebecca are. Maybe you
Oh,
can...
and I meant to just add to both Impact Game Station Live and Juggling Toad. Thank you kindly for the follows, yo. I guess for Impact, if we haven't met, my name is Will. It's lovely to make your acquaintance. I used to work in the video games industry before I ended up falling into full-time content creation. That story is a long one, and I have told it a great many times. But these days, yeah, this is what I do. I stream 5 days a week. I try and help and support indie developers as best I can, and I try and talk about like games industry and game development stuff as much as possible. Also, scream incoherently a lot, and the numpties around you have a fucking habit of reducing me to tears. But there we go.
I lost my faith in this town a while ago. Now that you're here, I know it's time for me to go. You can take me with you, right?
Absolutely. Alright, so let's find out about Isaac and Rebecca.
Did you ever
Notice
believe
this
in
time
something?
he has no qualms
I
in
mean,
coming with us.
really? And then have it turn out to be deceit and treachery and just fucked up? Isaac did that to me. Hey, this place is hard. But what's it that Rebecca said? If it's not hard, it's not right. I can't believe Mom had you come all the way down here. She never understood this place, what it did for me. We fought on that. I thought when I was gone, she wouldn't have to worry. She'd finally get rest. Instead, she sent you.
Oh. So Impact saying that, interesting, we have a lot in common. It turns out Impact Gaming is a content creator on YouTube, and I help lots of indie companies too. Just come on my podcast show sometime. I mean, I'm based out of Seattle, so I'm on US time, and we have PAX West coming up, so I've been inordinately busy. So the question is not if, but when. And yo, if we have a squad of peeps helping indies out, then yo, go team, go team. Tasty, that's lovely of you to say. Thank you, friend. Ambu was just saying that last year it hit 40, like 40 degrees C. Amber, no. See, that's the thing. You can send me to cold weather countries. This, like, ghoulish pale exterior is entirely designed for icy, icy tundras.
Used to say this had to be better than the US. Now I know there's worse things.
Alright.
Yeah, we gotta go.
When I say no to trips home, you have to understand I trust you. I know you would want to come back to Freedom Town. It's them I don't trust. They wouldn't let you come back.
I say, let's go talk to Isaac. Let's see if we can get away with that. No! I ain't gonna die like this! No! No! Call me Booker DeWitt, because I'm just gonna run out here.
Those booming voices,
Like a virus, injustice
I'll never
spreads
stop hearing
through lives. But as long as one person resists, injustice may be killed.
Alright, we're down to our last cheeky disguise. Yeah, we good, we good, we good! Everything's fine! Everything's fine here! No, no, no. No, no, no.
Back in the U.S., the news is happening. Look at the FBI's war on the Panthers. Their leadership has been blatantly assassinated by the government.
Oh,
If we had not left,
the final hat.
the same would have happened to us.
Yeah, well, guess we'll go down to the South Cottages and across. See if we can talk to Isaac and go from there. Oh, of course, I've already raided these. Because I'm an idiot! Oh, no. Ambu was saying that they've...
They're so right. What they say is so right.
Ambu was saying that due to the superheat, they've had hair loss. I'm so sorry, friend. I'm fully aware that someday this may recede up, at which point I'll just go for a faux walk. AR says, are you going to kill Isaac and Rebecca? I don't know. Like, we could just kidnap one of them. Or we could kill him. It's up to us. And Up to Zero is saying, it looks like it has the stealth of Shadow Tactics Blades the Shogun, unforgiving gameplay of Exterminer, and a story similar to Far Cry 5. Cool idea, and I'm thoroughly intrigued, yes. But the additional elements they add of the randomization keeps it from being too samey-samoid. And it's nothing against games like that. It's just, especially with, say, Dishonored. I love Dishonored. I have done an almost no kills playthrough. And, to my credit, I didn't kill a single person. I didn't kill a single person in my playthrough of Dishonored. One guy.
Anything you can tell me about the kids?
One guy died of natural causes. Like, he had a fucking coronary, and I'm to blame.
I have been hearing a lot of complaints about
America
vetoed
hates being
visitation
called out, you know. America can't
Let
stand
me
the truth.
emphasize, it is so important we carefully monitor who comes to Freedom Town. We are aware of several past incidents where the FBI planted moles in our town. We cannot...
Alright, so we're not too far off of Isaac's. So how are we going to get to talk to him? Hey, Crowbeak! What, oh friend? Yeah, the Church in the Darkness. Like, I don't want to brag or anything, Crowbeak, but we've had, at one point, over 100 people watching here, and, Crowbeak, fellow traveler asked me to stream the game on Steam for them. So, I don't want to...
I don't know how you're gonna pull this off.
They see us as a threat to their own lives.
So I don't want to brag or nothing, but I had 1,000 people watching me on Steam,
And they're swimming
playing in Church in the Darkness.
There's illegal wars around the world that bankroll all of it. A threat to their segregated communities, their segregated marriages, their segregated churches. They are quite...
Land of the free.
No!
Filthiest lies there is. Propaganda working overtime.
Can you shut up? Alex, you are not helping!
Over the last 10 years, I've seen all the great progressive leaders assassinated. I know my life is at risk. Rebecca knows she is in danger. We make ourselves targets by what we say and what we do. We accept this. But not for you, my people. I will not let them kill a single one of you. We control our own lives.
Dear Tranquilizer Gun.
I just want someone I trust who gets the truth. But you trust someone, that's when they disappoint you.
Wait,
Okay, we're talking to Isaac.
come for me. As I knew you would. At least I'm dying for a reason. Everyone knows.
Oh, Up to Zero. Thank you kindly for follow as well, yo.
I should thank you for proving me right.
So we can subdue or kill. I have no intention of killing this guy.
I'd be crazy to stay. But maybe I'm crazy to go back.
Search the body. Nothing useful. Alright. Oh, you are kidding me. No, no, no. No! 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 Whoa! Huh. I tried to put... So what I was trying to do, friends, is I was trying to put their guy down so I could hide in the bunk. And then threw a potato. Crowbeak, thank you for the tiny bits. Oh, and up to Zero, I'm glad to have you with, yo. We've got a wonderful crew of peeps here, and you are wholeheartedly welcome. If you'll forgive me for being a monstrous shill for a moment, if you want to banter video game stuff, we have an exceptional Discord. Vanderbeest says, G! Oh, wait, I meant F. When they learned of the murder of their member Alex, the collective justice mission would no longer tolerate your trespassing in Freedom Town. Well, I mean, I got myself and everyone killed. So, this is another one of the things that I really love and I really want to highlight this for you all. So, every time we fail, we get a choice of random preacher personalities, or same as you just played. Now that we've completed the game once, we also have personalities you haven't reached an ending with yet. So we can roll the dice on random personalities, but remove ones from the pool that we don't need. And I really like that. So whatever the combination of the two personalities was on the one clear that we got, we don't have to deal with that one if we don't want to. That's feckin' dope. As someone who played an inordinate amount of Way of the Samurai, like, I have encountered... Yo!
What kind of freedom town is this if you don't even have the freedom to commit a murder?
I have the freedom to commit a lot of murders, just not the freedom from consequence. And Vanderbeest, thank you for the 200 cheer, yo. Bye. Yo! Did I mention I'm having an exceptionally good day? Did I mention that? The one downside, friendos, is I am going to need to go for a monstrous... level 40 says, legalize murder. Please. Level 40, how are you doing? What, Owens? Welcome! We're playing the Church in the Darkness. And it is a dope narrative stealth 'em up with, like, cool random elements and so many good bits. We've managed to clear it once today. And Baron Sheep is saying, Will, are you ready for me to throw your brain in a blender tomorrow? Of course I'm not. Baron, I'm never ready. Every time I lose my heck at Memnol, it's not expected. Although this is a good point for me to plug tomorrow's event, because I have not done that. So friendos, because there's a bunch of you that have just joined us today. So tomorrow we are playing our next part of the campaign of Memory Equals Null. Okay, Crowbeak, the waffles are strong. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. So friendos, actually let me just give you the events page. This is what we got coming up. Tomorrow is Memory Equals Null, which is basically a Stars Without Number, like a sci-fi D&D campaign. But it's me and all of you lot controlling the continued adventures of Thick McRunfast. It's feckin' dope, and we've had multiple instances of it being feckin' off the chain. Crowbeak says it can be a cult. Oh my god, Crowbeak. Do not encourage him. Also, PAX cometh. You gonna come to my PAX party? Aww. Clank, that's super dope. Clank's like, Memory Equals Null, super dope. You should come. I ain't paid to say this. Clank, thank you kindly, yo. Oh, Bavagas is saying, I have to go. It's been a great stream. Thanks to Dashco for the gifted sub. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Oh my god! You're all terrorists. Alright, I gotta pee. So, give me a hat. Actually, give me 2 hats and a tranquilizer.
Dear Mom, things are going great down here. I knew it would be hard working with the mission to build a town in the jungle, but it's what we have to do.
And I'm just gonna roll some chill jams for you lot, if that's okay.
And birds from South America.
Because I desperately have to pee. Oh, Krobik said you just by the Jasprad booth to see new demos for World of Horror. Oh, you got World of Horror! Shite, Krobik, I've been waiting for World of Horror for feckin' ages. So, friendos, if you haven't heard of World of Horror, it is like if Junji Ito made a game for the original Macintosh. And it's not a cult! AR's not a cult! And Nirvana is the follow-up to... oh my god. Valhalla, the cyberpunk style. It's not a religion. It's not a cult. You're all gonna get me in trouble! Krobik says, yep, brand new demo for both games. And you'll be there. Okay, so Krobik, I will hit you up about this, but you and yours will all be cordially invited. I'm doing a party Thursday night, which it's a quick Uber away from the convention center. It is burgers, bunch of food. Oh my god! It's not Yakult either! So help me, John! I don't have an end to that. There isn't actually a threat behind it, but... yeah, legally it is also very not a cult. Yeah, so, Krobik, you will be cordially invited with you and yours. And I will absolutely come over for demos. So, friendos, I'm just going to go nip to the loo, and I'll be back in just a second with some water. Krobik, please email me the details, and I will invite you to my party. If your ad packs, we're gonna eat some burgers. I'm basically dragging everyone to my favorite bar in Seattle. We got the back room, they got food, decent booze. Ket might be making some pastries, I don't know. I need to catch up with them, but yeah. Alright, but I mean it. I'm busting for Slash. I'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Wah! What ho, what ho. How you all doing, friends? How you all doing? I got water, and I am ready to continue. I've been contemplating, considering how long that last run was, maybe we should do a murder run. Because I know level 40 was down for some hella murder. So... Krobik says, I emailed you, but accidentally I forgot to put in the subject line, like a frickin' noob. Oh, and Shroomu's just followed. Shroomu, I'm sorry I wasn't there to say thank you kindly. But thank you kindly, yo. Thank you kindly. It's good to have you with us. Alright. Oh, wait, no. There we go. So, let me just pause our smooth Zelda jams. And I'm very, very tempted to grab ourselves a couple of firearms and just go to fecking town. We've got a tranquilizer gun and a hat. We started feck right at the bottom by the river. The river is pain. Oh no, Just Die was like, this beer is giving me heartburn, but it needs to drink it. You know what doesn't give you heartburn? Mead. And gin. Although...
We shall see if it can be saved at all.
Oh, wow. Alright. So it looks like this run, they are proper psychopaths. Alright. That handgun.
Over the last 10 years, I've seen all the great progressive leaders assassinated. I know my life is at risk. Rebecca knows she is in danger. We make ourselves targets by what we say and what we do. We accept this.
And dead.
But not for you.
It's a murder run! Shroomu's saying, I love your vids. Oh, which one?
We control
As
our
I
own
have...
lives.
I've done a lot of things. Krobik says, by the way of random news, I started modding Beat Saber on my Oculus Quest. And the rabbit hole is very deep. I'm sure that is understandable. So what are the mods like? Are we talking mods like visual mods, adding more songs, that kind of thing? Oh, Shroomu says, I'm new to this one. Hey, new Woody! Shroomu, it's just good to have you with. We got loads of peeps here who pretty much just found Twitch the last couple months. We have people who've been here for ages. It's no worry, no stress. Krobik says, I haven't looked into it much outside of songs. Wait, cool. As someone who spent
As Lenin said,
a lot of time
freedom in a capitalist society
on...
has always meant freedom for
You know
the
what?
slave owners.
Let's use up the
Trick
trank
is,
gun
in
first, and then
America,
the gun
sometimes
gun.
they let new people on slaves. You can destroy a revolutionary by killing.
As someone who's played a
Or
lot
by
of
making it
DDR and
comfortable
stuff like
and
that,
just
like,
not
I used to use
power.
Stepmania a lot. And so taking tracks that I own and trying to work out the BPM and make a song around them was always a challenge. Worth it, but always a challenge. Sometimes it worked really, really well. And I guess I'm kind of thankful now that I understand, like, BPM and that kind of theory.
Lives off inequity, pushing you to look
Just
down
I
on
was like,
others.
oh, you
And
played
what
as
better
well.
shorthand for feeling superior
Nice.
than based on your own so-called
Sorry,
greatness?
Just I was saying they played so much
Angela Davis
Stepmania.
has it right.
So good. And for those that aren't aware, so
Cannot
Stepmania was like
separate
a...
racism from capitalism.
It was a free-to-play... Oh my god, I just said free-to-play. More water! More water! Stepmania was like a free, like, DDR sim. It just didn't have any of the songs on it, so the idea was that you would import, like, custom songs and things like that onto it.
When writing to your relatives, remember we want them to understand how good things are for us, how important our work is. And Sarah, our communications director, is always available to help you make them understand.
Alright, so we got more disguises, More guns. Yeah, we're doing this way of the murder. We're going to take out both leaders and get away. That's the goal. That's the goal. This is our kill spree run.
What murderous empire builds enough weaponry to kill everyone on the planet 10 times over? While the poor starve, the arsenal fills up. Some say it was the profits the war machine demanded, but I say these leaders simply have murder in their hearts.
More like murder in their farts. Nailed it. I'm showing them. I'm ready for my SNL slot now. Oh, would you look at that clear run? I'm a ninja. It's my birthday. I'm a ninja.
Several Cuban generals have pledged us support as well, should our position ever become threatened by our mutual enemies. We are not alone in this, my sisters and brothers.
I just hear a lot of, I don't know, like crying, worrying sounds. Oh, no. Hello, we've never met. Please don't chase me.
Here's some music to help you remember what we're fighting for.
Please don't be Susan.
We wage for all people, but also for our own place in the sun. We shall never
Please don't be Susan's music.
We shall never break.
Sorry, jumping back in. So, what Kirby was saying is part of what they love about Beat Saber is has some very serious weight loss it's helping with. Wait, cool. I mean, like, you know my personal philosophy on this, Kirby, which is like, you're a badass in your own right. If you want to do these things, then we support you. But, be under no social obligations. But also, that's fucking dope for cardio. The fact that you're playing enough Beat Saber to dehydrate yourself, that is gaming directly doing and good. Reynard says, oh no, they've launched their ultimate weapon. The ill-tuned banjo. Even our murderous abilities have no defense. Alright, we're gonna go talk to Shooty McLona. Oh no, Shooty McLona's gonna make us give up our stuff. I don't wanna. Alright, well, I can always come back to it.
Hold up there. Don't go for your guns. Hey, you're trespassing in our home. Just do what I say. I'll talk to you. My name's Charles. Come on now. Hand over your weapons. My name's Charles. Come on now. Hand over your weapons.
Charles, I need these guns. I need these guns. Although I can get more guns. Yeah, I can get more guns. Alright, so...
I thought about leaving, but these are good people.
So we'll do a little bounce. We'll see if he can give us some more information on where Alex is on this run.
You better keep your head down. Most folks won't give you the chance that I did. The walkers are big on symbols. Those cages, the big crosses. What's going on with that? Symbols don't harvest the crops. If I could just sit down with Isaac, explain what's really going on, I'd hope we could fix this. Rebecca's a hard person to know. I can't say I like her, but she's fighting for the right things. The punishments. I mean, I understand you need discipline, but there's ways to do something like that. Thing most of us won't admit, we're trapped here. Good or bad, we don't have a choice about it now.
Wait. So I gave you all my firearms, and you gave me no usable information.
You know how much you all mean to us. But we are our future.
We must make this place endure. We must show the world we are the people who live.
But I will
Why
not allow
fuck
you
this
to live in
entire
misery.
thing up?
It's simply
Though
not.
there may be cruelty everywhere we look, we can rise above it. If we do not, who will ever save the world?
We shall see if it can be saved at all.
Just gonna keep doing some murders and see what happens. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble and unconscious.
Security. Highest alert.
So, jumping back into chat, Tasty
You're
was
the
saying,
The murderer I knew would come. You've confirmed what I have been telling my people.
Tasty was saying they
for
can't
years.
keep rhythm in a bucket. You and me both. I don't know how.
Stay
DDR,
right
I think
here.
I just learned by muscle memory.
At least until you get a good
AR says, kill him and get the guns back. That was a great idea. I should have done that. Pyro Shade says, so we're a cult. Yeah, it's not a cult. It's not a cult. Just Diver says, can you do a murder and take him back? Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Oh, crap. Crap. Did I manage to get away from him? Because I fecked that one up something
During
fierce.
our crisis, we have made special arrangements for the children. They are in Cuba, at Colonia Unidad La Palma, learning about the revolution from our trusted neighbors.
Out of the mouth of babes hast thou ordained strength, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger.
We must always remember them for that strength, and think of their faces when we
Comes a time when we must make decisions without those children, lest we stray from the certainty of our path.
Alright, so I got an outfit and a gun.
This place was supposed to be safe.
Alright, so we've cracked the seal on Murder Town.
kill us. If you see anything suspicious, stay away and get a member of the security team immediately.
With the will to fight, we must hold on to hope. This killing.
Darn it! It's alright. Got more. It's okay, I've got more!
Want to live. They won't let us live.
Operation Kill Everyone!
I have just been told they have killed one of my people. I
One?
always said this day would come.
Yeah, you're gonna need to keep that kill counter much higher.
This is the end, my people. When they murder us in our beds, what hope do we have?
You'll also notice the guards are both more alert now and more numerous.
Fight. We must find who did this horrible thing.
We just wanted peace, but still they murder us. This is horrible. One of our people is dead. This is what we always told you was coming.
Oh, I'm out of bullets. Bullets. The surprising alternative to gunfights. Come on. Yeah, take it
One
all,
of us
take it
has
all.
been found killed. This intruder is clearly armed and very dangerous. Security, full search.
Okay. So I see no way this plan's going to go horribly wrong. We have no idea where our... Ow! Nephew is.
Our fallen brother would want us to fight. We must find who did this horrible thing.
But what's the worst that can happen, right?
Just one piece, but still they murder us.
Ooh, free sandwich. Might as well take the trank on as well. Okay. So let's think this through.
This is horrible. One of our people is dead. This is what we always told you was coming.
Crap, I did not think this through. Vic!
When they murder us in our beds, what hope do we have?
Murder run, not such a good idea.
Huh?
Now we get drowned. Now we get drowned.
Understood forgiveness. People don't change. A killer is a killer is a killer. And there's only one thing to do when the murderer
AR
is
says
brought
you could
death to your
accidentally
home.
shoot Alex.
You
That could
make
happen.
sure the
But I think
murderer
the
will
only thing you need to
not
do is encounter
kill
Alex.
us.
You don't have to bring him back. If you are on a run where Alex is happy, you're allowed to just leave him. You could just be like, hey, no worry. Or, if he's happy, you can knock him out and take him with you. Just basically like over shoulder and just book a DeWitt down the road.
I've never trusted those people. Who would? A name like Collective Justice Mission. They exploit good people like Alex, get them to hand over all their money, make them work all hours, and put them in a dangerous camp in the jungle. So many horrible rumors about what they do down there. I thought about what you said. Maybe some of those people are sincere. Maybe Freedom Town is a good side. But Vic, what if you're wrong? You have to find Alex.
Episode 1, Down in the Jungle. Alright, so we're finding Kian. We know roughly where Kian is. So we've hung out with her a whole bunch. Chickens! The start of this run is surprisingly peaceful.
You do not build a war machine to maintain peace. War machines are hungry for one thing, and they only understand one language. That is why we must
I'm
take
gonna
up
eat
arms,
literally everything
even
that's
now,
not nailed down.
Even here.
By the power of Grayskull! Hello. You sent me a thing.
Don't worry about it now. Check it out later.
Okay, I will look at the things and stuff. John sent me a thing. Oh, damn it, something smells good. I did actually eat a lunch thing today, so it's not like the usual where it's like, Will hasn't eaten. Yeah, Vanderbeest's guy is down for the war machine today.
Do you know why we named this place Freedom Town?
Because you're
We
shite
named
at
it for
naming
the freedoms
things.
America promised us, but which we never really had.
At last, here we are free to love our God and love ourselves as America would never let us.
We only ask that you love this place.
As we love all of you.
Crap! Ow! I'm full of buckshot!
We've had reports of someone suspicious. Everyone on your guard.
I'm shite at video games!
Everyone, watch carefully.
Watch your face carefully. No, that didn't that reference doesn't make sense. I'll piss in a bin!
This is it. Now is the time. We may not have long left.
Have you hurt any of my people? For us, the terror is not knowing what your kind is capable of.
Once we send you out of here, don't come back. Do you understand? This is our home.
We want it to succeed. God is with us. Let us live in peace.
Well, thanks, Will. I just spent the last hour watching Crud guides to both D&D and Monster Hunter.
I'd like to say that I'm sorry, Shackle Draconis, but I am not. Honestly, so jokes aside, Joe Cat's guides are feckin' dope. Ooh! And Shackle also, yo! Shackle, congratulations on your new shield, your new bit badge. Congratulations, yo. You know what I'm thinking of doing on this run? I'm gonna meet Alex and I'm gonna feckin' leave him. Snap. I'm not even gonna hide the body. But yeah, jokes aside, like, Joe Cat's crap guides are so funny. Genuinely inspired, and it's one of those ones whereby it's a comedy that comes from genuinely understanding something and liking it, not a comedy that comes from just, like, mockery. Like, I'm really done with the kind of, how to describe it? The angry white guy style of, lol, isn't it funny to rip on this thing? I'm so very done with that. The idea of... The reason Joe Cat stuff is super funny is because he knows Monster Hunter, he knows D&D, and he does a bloody good job with it. Oh yeah.
The American dream is
Yeah,
about getting rich
Shackle, like
while
Happy Souls.
everyone else stays poor.
Happy Souls is cracking, and it works because
Any
the
other
people
dream
who
that dares
animated that
compete
had
is
played a
shot
crap
down
load of,
dead.
I believe it was Dark Souls 2,
Just ask
wasn't it?
Dr. King.
Kianzo's been headstrong, and recently she point-blank asked me why we have so many guns. We had a good talk about the fight that may come and how we need weapons to defend ourselves. She wishes things were different, but she sees it as a fight we must win. I think she's with us. Now, we have read this same report on this same character in a different run, and it has had a different outcome. You feel me? In this run, Kian is on board.
When we recall the verse from Matthew about the city on the hill, I think of our town in the jungle, how we can be an example to the world.
The Puritans preached that their shining example would be Boston. But 300 years later, it is instead a corrupt home for fake progressives and powerful elites.
A betrayal. The ultimate manifestation of the great American lie.
And so we fight that hypocrisy until
So yeah, so
it
Shackle,
dies.
I am not even remotely sorry that you just spent hours watching Joe Cat stuff. And in this regard, like, I'm really happy that I was the one that got to introduce you to that, you know what I'm saying? I still feel like I got pretty
No
lucky,
one
because the reason I
wants
got
to leave
introduced
their
to, like,
families
Joe Cat
behind.
and Tuna and all that
But
crew
if you
was
told them of
from
our
doing
ways
the
and you
Anjanath
refused to
hunt
listen,
with...
you know they are lost.
It was from doing the Anjanath hunt with Floydo. And then they found my stuff from there because Floydo's super cool and like linked the Twitch channel back. And that's how we ended up. I do need to book Joe Cat in for another for another multiplayer session because I've come across another couple of really interestingly weird games. Andrew's saying, bro, is this game an assassin game? It can be.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
10 months!
I will tell you why.
Heyo. How's the cult?
Okay,
D.
firstly, Kestrel, thank you kindly. That is 10 months that you have been hanging with us in a row. For as long as we have had subs, you've had them. And also, it's not a cult. It's really not a cult. I don't know how I can bang that drum any harder.
Segregated marriages, they're segregated churches. They are quite content in their lives of hate, and how dare we suggest there may be a better way?
It's not a cult. It's definitely not a cult. So, Kestrel, how are you doing? And what has been going down with your good self? Tell me your tales. Because now now things have calmed down. For those of you who have just joined us, today has been off the chain. We've all we've been playing is The Church in the Darkness, and I hope a lot of you have been able to see it.
I've been hearing a lot of
Sorry,
complaints
that was a
about
nonsense
Beacon
move because I was running past those baddies. So this is The Church in the Darkness, and I hope by now you all have gotten a feel and a flavour for what this is. But also today has been off the chain.
We are aware of several past incidents where the FBI planted moles in our
Earlier today we were broadcasting this on Steam, which was a first for me. I've never done a stream on Steam before, and we actually streamed it to their store page, which was feckin' dope. Then, whilst we moved on over to Twitch, JoeCat brought a raid in of like 150 people, which is dope as hell. So today, this teeny tiny little indie game, made by excellent people who have done a fucking phenomenal job, we've been able to show this to a mass amount of people. And I really feel like we've succeeded. You know, if my personal goal is to help show off dope, incredible, interesting indie games, like we've done that.
Who gave you the right to question? Who gave you the right to refuse their system? We did.
And Tate says, don't forget that part of will damage with the Dashkill dropped a red bit. Yeah, Dashkill dropped a red bit on me earlier. As we had people, like, just as the JoeCat raid was coming in, fucking unraveled me good and proper.
You know how much you all mean to us. But we are coming to a crisis point in Freedom Town. A time when we must decide
come
our
on,
future.
get your friends.
The mark we leave on history must be a beacon of hope for those not
My
fortunate
bullet wounds will
enough
be
to
stopped
live
up
in
with a
Freedom
fried Freddo
Town.
sandwich.
Whatever comes for us, know that the Lord is on our side, and I am on your side.
And we are all together.
Cuckoo,
Ironic use of the term cuckoo cuckoo should have been a warning flag for just about anybody. Actually, did anyone find out who was the walrus in the end?
You know, when I met Rebecca, I loved her because of how strong she was.
Echoes of Crisis
In a
nuclear
society
tension
like
rise. The Soviets,
theirs,
GIs,
for a
sent
woman
to
to be that
Cambodia.
tough,
Thousands march
she
from
was the
Oakland.
strongest person I'd ever
Nixon
met.
won't release the tapes.
So now, sometimes we argue. And we are better.
Scotty says, generally accepted that Lenin was the walrus, right? What, as in... As in, like, Russian Lenin? I'm not arguing, I'm just, I think it's curious, it makes a bunch of sense. Oh! Lennon, not Lenin! God, I'm so sorry. Scotty, you would be amazed how many times I get those two confused. You know? You show up to what you think is going to be a communist rally, and there's a bunch of guys in mustaches playing catchy pop songs, and you're like, I might have time traveled to the wrong point. You know how it is. You know how it is. Tasty Little Sack saying, I know I have been talking about it for a hot minute, but I finally got around to installing Red Strings Club. Yes! The only downside with the Red Strings Club is that it's such an experience that if you haven't seen it before, it's not one you can just banter about, you know what I mean?
Are those alarms I heard because of you? You better watch yourself. I don't believe in killing, but there are many here who do. For many of us, this is the best life we've ever known. And
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
I
All
come to you by
systems
the river
nominal.
to remember that, and to thank God for what He's given us.
Stopping in after a long week of missing all the streams. 2 more to go. Hope it all goes well.
Do you mean 2 more days of work or 2 more... Well, while I am sorry we haven't been able to see you, you know you're always welcome here, and I hope that doing a heck load of work in a long-ass week is going to benefit you being either fiscally or in a other more rewarding manner. So, 2 more weeks of late night. Okay. Well, Pun Spectre, I'll be here as much as I can at the times that you need me, but at very least we'll be here when you get back. Today's been dope. This game is a Church in the Darkness. It's awesome. Jumping back into chat, I almost missed, because I was asking Kestrel how they're doing. They got a root beer float. And the thing is, I'm not super down on root beer. Although, I should say, Sean, aka Bart Nender, here at GameWorks, makes his own root beer, which is feckin' dope. I think I would have done a small murder yesterday for a proper, like, beer float. So, Pun Spectre, it's lovely to see you.
So many back in the US say something is wrong here. Do you think so? Prove it to me. Show me one piece of evidence. I'll look at it. And if it's real, I'll do something about it.
Alright, so first things first.
Oh,
Postcard.
you're Alex's Ken? Sure, I'll tell you where he is. You got a map I can write on?
Oh,
Best
Justin.
I know, he's in this part of town.
Justin, sorry. Just Diver's saying try a Boston Cooler. It's a root beer float with ginger ale instead. Oh. Now, I had one which was with sherbet instead of ice cream that was pretty dope. Like, that was off the chain. Thanks, Kian. That's a massive, massive area.
You ask him how he feels about Freedom Town. He wants to go, you take him with you. He can make his own choices. But those of us who
Baron,
want
it
to
is
stay for
absolutely
the
possible
fight
to change
come,
the title of tomorrow's
you
episode
leave
of
us
Memory
alone.
Equals Null. What would you like to change it to, dear friend? Crowbeak says, what qualifies as a small murder? My brain went through a lot of different things. All of them terrible answers, Crowbeak. So I am gonna, when stream is over, I'm gonna reward myself with some food. Because I did not say any of them. Turns out, not being horrendous on Twitch, it's really easy.
Oh my god. This won't happen. I want to thank you for the truth you've shown me. Now it's my job to fix it.
We've been talking with them at 12.
These people will be saved. I will make sure of that.
To defend our town, something that didn't come free, I assure you. Now they're saying they can't guarantee our safety.
Find Billy. She might help you track Alex. She's up by herself. Check him out. I think I know where we need to be. Do I have any painkillers left? Yes. Crowbeak says food is good. It really is. And Pun Spectre says, I miss telling you my puns. I have to get another one in. Always, always. Hang on, let me just make sure I didn't miss... Oh, and you've been registering students for school. Be super fun. For fun, not phone. Tired. Sorry, Pun Spectre, I missed your little tale. I was...
Over the last 10 years,
dancing between different threads. On the subject of the Red Strings Club, Tasty saying they'd experienced a little bit when you streamed it. Didn't catch the whole thing. Yeah. So Tasty, when you finished it before PAX, hopefully, we'll have a chat about it then, because yo.
But not for you, my people. I will not let them kill a single one of you. We control our own lives.
Kestrel says, it's easy not to be awful in Twitch. In games, not so much. I'll admit, I have threatened some grievous harm to some fictional characters. Some very, very graphic ridiculousness. Tasty says, bold of you to assume I won't just private message you about it. Which you are more than welcome to do. But if you don't hear back from me, do not think it's because I don't want to talk about the Red Strings Club. It is one of the... Yeah. I need more hours in a day, friends. I need like a dedicated day to be able to hang out with all of you lot and just answer DMs and banter. Hey! Boom indeed! Frontline, how you doing? How you doing, Frontline? Saying, hey, look! This came back. It did. The Dreamer says Inbox Day. Which is different from Inboxing Day. Frontline's doing good. Oh, that's great to hear, friend. How am I doing? Today has been great. We got to stream this game onto its store page on Steam today, and it was really interesting. It wasn't as technically challenging as I was worried it was gonna, because the steps to set it up were involved, but it went really well. It went really well, and then the game was interesting enough that we jumped over here and have kept streaming. So, yo. And Frontline, I will absolutely tell you about it later. Right. So we need to head up and round and see if we can find Leanne. Find Leanne, we can possibly find Alex. And if we can find Alex, then I don't know, maybe we leave him, maybe we kill some people. The world's our oyster, friends. Whatever happens, we're getting a different ending on this run. I can feel it. Kestrel says, how many run-throughs have you done so far? Loads. We've only completed one run.
If you're not being attacked and persecuted, you are compromised. When you live for truth, slander is inevitable. So I hear of people back in the U.S. attacking and deriding us. And I know we are doing everything right.
Painkillers are always tasty. Painkillers, the real tasty little snack. Jumping back in, Frontline's also saying, also, I loved seeing this game at every step. I think it was around 2 or 3 years ago when I saw this at Casual Connect. Yeah, I got talking to the devs either last PAX or the PAX before. I think it was the Valve party, I think so. But yeah, I got chatting with them about this, and I loved the premise. And so, I've been avoiding it specifically until it was content complete. And Tasty's like, wait. Did you just say Painkillers, the real tasty little snack? I couldn't possibly comment. You might think that. I couldn't possibly comment. Frontline says, heck yeah, they did the Mega Booth. God, I can't imagine trying to... God, yeah, I can't imagine trying to demo this. Not that this game is bad, but more that thing of like...
Reactor online.
demoing a game
Sensors
is really
online.
bad.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
How important our work is.
10-month anniversary. Remember that you were loved and there is no shame in that. Love you, Will.
I love you too. You know I love all of you lot. You have all been feckin' kicking ass and keeping me upright, and I am... I kind of did a bit of a feels jam earlier because Shackle dropped a red bit on me out of nowhere. But today, we got to support this game. Now, I was not paid to do this. I was provided with a copy of the game by the developers, but I was not asked to say anything. I was given no brand guidelines. And when we did the promotion on Steam, like, they didn't pay me. I did this because I wanted to support them and I liked the game. They offered it to me and I was like, hex to the heck fucking yes. Oh, so heckin' yes. I apologize for big swears. Well, not that I'm against swearing. Okay, I'm going way off topic. My point being is that Steph and everybody, here we are. We've been doing this for over a year and we've been doing this for real for over 10 months. And now a really strong team has come to us and been like, yo, would you represent this game on our launch day? We've sent them over the rushes from today's episode, and they've actually been broadcasting it on loop. Scotty's like, Will, you can swear, this isn't Mixer. It's, well, lamentably, be it Twitch or Mixer, my cracking Norks will be staying fully covered. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Anyway, my point was, we're doing this, and we're doing this for real. This is the kind of thing I want to do, and... So yeah, when I say thank you, when I say I'm just fucking love you guys, it's us, not me, alright? I'm getting to do this because you lot keep me upright. And I mean that to everybody. I mean, like, Frontline. Frontline has put up with me when I've been having some really hard times. okay, I can't tell that specific story, but, you know, there's been a couple of times when Frontlines just had my back. Just straight up.
You all know how much we value
And
you.
I do not feel that I
There's always
support
stir of
Frontline as well
revolutionary
as they
spirit.
support me.
I
But
want to say thank you to Suzanne.
I don't just mean
who wrote
everybody.
about the word.
Ah.
No matter how
Words
much
are
we can do,
difficult!
There's only so much we can do to keep ourselves safe.
So yeah,
All we can do is
so
keep
Neopale Watto. And now we're going to be inflicted another song. Oh, those should be slightly better than Susan's
Wake up in
banter.
the morning and we
Oh!
have a hope.
Susan,
I'm
no!
here for a little time by myself, but that's all right. I like meeting new people. My name's Billy.
Hey, Billy, how are you
I
doing?
could die tomorrow, and this would be better than what I ever experienced back in the United States. The alarm here goes off all the time, but today I think it's more than usual. That you're doing? Be careful. People here can be violent.
You haven't seen
You
somebody
set off
beaten
that
to
alarm
death
too
with a
much,
tiny
no telling what
ukulele!
will happen.
Susan, damn it!
I don't know what you're here for, but if you're looking around the town, keep an eye out for an old picture of my dear Ernest. Lost it a year ago. Very much appreciate getting it back. Oh, you're Alex's kid? Oh, you should go talk to that boy. I think he'd like seeing you. I know just where Alex's cabin is. Let me draw it on your map. At least, I believe that's where he is.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy.
Godspeed to you. Do I trust our preachers? Ernest always said we could never trust anybody but each other. But we trusted Isaac and Rebecca. They're still just people. People make mistakes.
Welcome to the
I just like
jungle!
to come out here and stare up at the sky and listen to the jungle.
What do they think about Rebecca and Isaac?
Rebecca's got so much fight in her, pushing us all. But she always stops before going too far.
So what I realised, friends, is that these little snippets of conversation with these characters aren't necessarily...
Stop that incessant clicking!
Holy crud, Dash! As if... So friends, earlier today, Dash dropped a red bit on me, and then gave out 5 subs. And Dash apparently isn't done yet, because House Carl rides! Yeah. Dash Call, thank you. And Dash has given out 5 subs to the crowd, and they went to
Stop
Eric,
that incessant clicking!
not Yehan, Ezekiel, Lack of God Mode, and Maraworks. Dash, fucking thank you. Dash says, never trust me with the power! Dethrone me!
No matter what he says,
Dash, fucking thank
I
you.
know Isaac will fight for our right to live good lives.
Dash, it's not a... You can't just... Because you're Jarl, you can't just be like... Ah!
Stop that incessant clicking!
Tasty's like, all hail the Jarl! Long may they reign! Jarl of the day.
Who wants to get old knowing there's so little hope in the world? Maybe it's not perfect, but Freedom Town is my hope. I could die tomorrow, and this would be better than what
Excuse
I
my
ever
itchy nose.
experienced back in the United States.
Alright, so... Billy's given us the location
know how
of
much you all mean to us.
Alex.
But we are coming to a
So,
Stop that incessant clicking!
So here's my goal, friends.
must decide our future.
The Marquis
I am
of
going
history
to talk
must
to
be a
Alex.
beacon of hope for those not fortunate enough to live in Freedom Town.
Whatever comes for us, know that the Lord is on our side, and I am on your side.
And we are all together.
Cuckoo, could you?
I'm going to find Alex. I'm going to let him know what's going on. I'm going to leave him there. I'm going to kill either one of them.
Stop that incessant clicking.
Hey! Ket, how you doing, friend? What? On this question of how things going, Dash dropped a red bit on me. We streamed this game on Steam for 1,000 people, and we had a monstrous raid earlier today.
The Cascades. Far enough up there not to bother anyone. From what I'm told,
I'd almost be interested in doing a stream of Far Cry 5 to compare,
10 dead.
because I know Far Cry 5 would be much more heavy-handed. Right, I'm not.
The rest now homeless. And for what? They just wanted their own peace. If we hadn't left the U.S., that would be us, my people. Dead in a ditch.
Oh, this is going very badly.
From time to time, I think about what they might say about us in the history books. But then I remember that those texts are shot through with lies.
I don't know if you all noticed me suddenly going very, very quiet there. Of course, Alex's cabin is surrounded by people. Of course it is. Of course I am. Good. Good. He's a feckin' liability. I'm just going to hide in here so I can say hello to everybody. Yeah, Chuck Stones, avoid gazes.
Any government that cannot face up to its own crimes and bring about restitution.
So yeah, so Ket, today was a feckin' dope day. Iron Leon, what? Oh, friend. How are you doing? Oh, popping and locking here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so Ket, how's it been going with your good self? The last couple of days have been crazy in a very, very good way. So it's nice to kind of now all the big events of the week are kind of done with. Oh, okay.
How'd you get in, Vic? Those alarms were because of you? You've scared people. They're freaking out. You need to go. It's not safe for you here. You don't understand. We've built something beautiful here.
Oh, way cool. So, jumping back into chat, Iron Leon says, I am fantastic. You are my background noise while I work on my MVP.
I don't even know what to think.
Way cool.
You have to go.
And their friend worked animation for the game. Yes! We have a squad of people who are doing the Game Maker's Toolkit Jam. And, yeah, to hear you're cracking on MVP is lovely. I'm sorry I can't do more to help, but if I can, give us a shout.
You'd understand if you just talked to Isaac and Rebecca. Let me see your map. I'll mark where they are. Please, go talk to them. They'll show you this is the only truly beautiful place.
Ooh, so Iron's saying I'd love to chat design sometime. Work on a single player take on auto chess mechanics. Nice. Of course, everyone is far and wide. So let's murder Isaac, because that'll be quicker. And then maybe we'll murder Rebecca if we can get down there. Actually, no, we'll do Isaac, then Rebecca, and then out. We'll just leave Alex.
No, look. I want to stay. I know this will sound weird to you, but this is hope. Hope for me. Hope for everyone. Tell Mom I'm okay. Tell her to let me be.
Okay.
Mom never understood this place.
Mom doesn't understand me.
To try to see what we're doing
my
here.
name's Alex.
So
and
she
my
sent you
mom's
to what?
not-
To kill these people?
Yeah, that's what you
Then
sound
kill
like,
me?
Alex.
That's messed up.
I mean, you know what they say. Do what you're good at. You never work a day in your life. All right.
For every rich
So I've checked up on Alex. Alex doesn't want to leave. We don't have to bring Alex with us. Like, our objective can vary dependent on playthrough.
Education. How many of those people made it to freedom?
Okay, maybe I went full Cartman, but I think that was a good audio descriptor of what fecking Alex sounded like there. My mom doesn't understand me. It's so hard. No one gets me because now I'm pissed off to South America with a cult. Oh, no.
Our best revolutionary leaders were killed when they said no to the war machine's endless appetite.
Occasionally with the gods just go,
We refuse to fight for profits, and that makes us dangerous. We fight only our own fight.
We are ready to fight, but we don't want to.
May the Lord see that it never comes to that.
But when they come, we will be ready. When someone violates our home, we will know their intentions.
And when they know we're armed, they know how seriously we take the sanctity of our home.
Gonna do a murder. God, I hate going across these effective bridges. I also dislike CG jet bridges as well. So jumping back in, Vanderbeest was like, but I was supposed to go to Tashi Station. J-Post!
Yay, cult stream.
It's not a cult! J-Post, thank you. That's another 10-month, and there's another tier 2 10-month. Like, that's both the amount of time and cash you have thrown at my stupid self to keep this going. J-Post, sincerely thank you, alright? And Fiona's like, it's a cult! Fiona, it's not a cult! You are not Jarl today! That is Dash. Dashkull is totally the Jarl. Dash doesn't count! It's not a cult! Spent the entire day cult smashing.
Back in the U.S., the noose is tightening. Look at the FBI's war on the Panthers. Their leadership has been blatantly assassinated by the government.
Stop that incessant clicking.
Yo!
I am certain the same would have happened to us.
Whoever that was from House Carl, going off like a gunshot. I didn't even see you sneak in there. Iron Imp said hi, and House Carl was like, so whomever that was that gifted a sub to Iron Imp, that is very kind of you. Iron Imp, how are you doing? Also, I didn't see this until I was on break. It turns out this might have had writing involvement from both Chris Avallone and Brenda Romero. Chris Avallone, who I have met, and I managed to embarrass myself in front of. I've not met Brenda Romero yet. Oh, and Baron says, fair warning, I have a Costco amount of beer for tomorrow.
Now, apparently back home, the critics say we are not getting enough to eat here.
No.
Huh?
No! Fuck!
These good people are afraid. Afraid of the destruction you are bringing to the best place we have ever known. Stay here for all our sakes.
Oh, Rebecca, why do you have to be nice in this run where I'm doing the murders? And to Peanutty, Watto and welcome. Item says this looks interesting. It's a bit of Darkwood-like. This is, Thank you, J-Post. 100 bits for my failures! So I guess for those of you who have just joined us, firstly, Watto and welcome. This is the Church in the Darkness, and this is feckin' brilliant. This is a partially randomly generated stealth narrative game where you infiltrate a cult and attempt to rescue your cousin, Alex. The method by which you do that is entirely up to you, but here's where it gets interesting. The personalities of the two cult leaders are randomly chosen each time. So sometimes you get some murder, sometimes you get some more kind of kumbaya calm. This one, they seem genuinely peaceful. So that's what's making this title so interesting, is it's not just the, you can approach this game any way you like, and there's loads of stuff you can do. It's very much more a case of, the game has both the complexity, oh yeah, because I fecked up, that's going to increase the guards. So the things that make this game so interesting is the situation, the personalities, the cult itself changes drastically. So sometimes when we go through here,
capitalism lives on inequity, pushing you to look down on others. And what better shorthand for feeling superior than based on your
you saw me.
Angela Davis has it right. You cannot separate racism from capitalism.
I might have just royally fecked up there, friends.
This place was supposed to be safe.
They have shown no hesitation to kill us.
Damn it, I fecked up.
If you see anything suspicious, stay away and get a member of the security team immediately.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get away. I think I fecked that. Oh, god darn it. Yeah, we need to get right down across the map. Crap. Crap!
Let us live.
Alright, friendos. Operation Assassination is... Oh, thankfully that guy...
Intruder, armed and very dangerous.
Thankfully that guy can't shoot for shite. So we are literally just going to book a DeWitt to the extraction point. We've not done an exit where we've left without Alex, so this is probably going to be a really, really bad ending. But it's an ending. It's not one where we just end up fucking, like, murdered.
One of us has been found killed. This intruder is clearly armed and very dangerous. Security, full search. We just wanted
Are you saying I can dodge bullets?
This is horrible. One of our people is dead. This is what we always told you was coming.
Cha! Next snap. Alright, so we've got to make it across the bridge, which is the hardest part.
Just wanted
Fecking
peace, but
bit.
still they murder us.
Yeah. Wow. We just started a cult in South America to try and, I don't know,
One of
eat
our people
people.
is dead. This is what we always told you was coming.
So the thing is, in previous runs, the cult ended up being very, very militant. In this run, they might actually have been the good guys. Because you don't know until you talk to some of the characters, until you interact with it. Well, and item. So that's what I'm saying, is that when this game is
One of us
like
has been found killed.
in one of the previous runs, they
This
had
intruder is
the
clearly
mass
armed and very dangerous.
they had the mass
Security,
cyanide
full search.
stash. But in this one, like in this particular run, yeah, we're the baddies.
Our fallen brother would want us to fight. We must find who did this horrible thing.
And because I got overly cocky, I knobbed it up. So I'm very sorry, friendos.
This is the end, my people. When they murder us in our beds, what hope do we have?
And I'm not saying we're going to bring the stream to a close, if I make it out of this, but I will probably not do another run. You know what I mean? Come on, costumes.
One of our
I've already
people
searched
is
this.
dead. This is what we always told you was coming.
No.
Our fallen brother would want us to fight. We must find who did this horrible thing.
We just wanted peace, but still they murder us.
Woohoo! I am the rock throwing
One of us has
master!
been found killed. This intruder is clearly armed and very dangerous. Security, full search.
Crap! Shotguns more like not guns!
Murder us in our beds, what hope do we have?
Serpentine! Am I going the right way?
When they
No,
murder
that
us
isn't
in our
slightly.
beds, what hope do we have?
Ow! Stop it!
This is horrible. One of our people is dead. This is what we always told you was coming.
Heck, my life. Alright, we've just got to make it to the extraction. That's it. That's all we got to do. Okay, so I've got to go up in through West Fields. Crap a bed.
Our fallen brother would want us to fight.
Oh, shit.
We must find who did this horrible thing.
Is this it? Is this our escape?
One of us has been found killed. This intruder is clearly armed and very dangerous. Security, full search.
Alright, here we go. We can find the little trail. We're just booking it out. Pray with us, dead bloke. No, this isn't taking me to the insertion point at all. This is taking me very far away from where I need to go. Oh, God! I stand by my earlier statement that the only time that it is acceptable to hear this much siren is at the beginning of the Inspector Gadget theme.
This is horrible. One of our people is
Hug a wall, save a raid. Hug a wall, save a raid. Ah, there were the chickens that greeted us at the beginning. Here we go. We're gonna make it out. We're gonna live! I wanna live!
You showed me what needed to be fixed, and I fixed it. Thank God for you, my friend.
Alright. Following his wishes, Alex stayed behind in Freedom Town. His mother Stella was glad to learn her son was safe and happy. The Collective Justice Minister reported via radio that someone had broken into their town and killed 7 people. It was larger than that, but I'll take it. The community vowed they would never surrender to the forces that would destroy them. Mourning their dead, Freedom Town thrived for the next 30 years. If only the people of the Collective Justice Mission had been left to live their lives. How they chose!
Never grow old, where we'll never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old.
I'm the baddie, yay. Just don't notice we've got skulls on our hats. Who wants to feel guilty? So the thing is, in this run, both Isaac and Rebecca were genuine. They genuinely cared, and they genuinely believed. And if we hadn't done so many murders, because I'm an ass, if we hadn't done that and just left them to it. Dash said, so baddie question, is it possible to play genocide as its mechanics explicitly forbid? Oh no, you can kill everybody. But you don't know walking into one session if you are dealing with tyrants, manipulators, or people who genuinely believe this. In this run, they genuinely wanted to rise beyond racism and socialism. Well, they wanted socialism and capitalism. Okay, you know what I mean. They genuinely wanted to do a thing. Miyagi Skura says, is the song ending for all? No, there's a different song for each ending. In one of them, Rebecca was so totalitarian, she kills.
And the life crown is one.
Press A, I can't stand the music. Okay, Kestrel, okay. So we got the nearest exit and taking a chance. You can now find guard clothing. Bean's mail can be discovered.
Never grow old, where we'll never
Oh, check it out. These are all the little badges.
in a land where we'll never
Beans. So here's an idea, friends. Kestrel says, no! The music continues! And Reinhardt says, Beans mail. If you'll indulge me a quick nip to the bathroom, because I drank water like a healthy idiot, here's a suggestion. Let's talk about this game for a little bit longer and, like, bring our thoughts together, because there's a lot that I'm thinking. And I don't want to bring the show to a close just yet, but I don't think I've got another run in me, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to do, dear friends. Do you want some mosh pit sim to wash the taste of genuine religious sentiments? Sorry, I didn't mean that how that came out. I do apologize. Yeah, I have very complicated feelings on this one, and I think it's though. Although it's weird. Why are there bad reviews? Wow. Yeah, okay. I'll throw you on some more Zelda and chill. And I'll be back in just a second. Miyagi says, whoever did the reviews? Well, so, looking at the Steam reviews, someone played this for like 20 minutes on one run and went, oh, it's a stealth game with some naff stuff. They had no idea that the world was reactive. Yeah. All right, friendos, I'll be back in just a second. Let's have a chat about this. Let's have a banter. I would love to know all your feels. So, yeah, have a read, have a skim. I'll be back with you. Lest I pop a kidney. Guess you forgot to unmute the mic. I'm just saying that I see you, Dash. BRB eliminating T. So, having played this game for most of the day, sorry about that. So what was very interesting is having a discussion about, was looking at this. The thing that I really want to celebrate about this game, the thing that has really genuinely impressed me, has been that it is a stealth game with a narrative, but it succeeded in doing that thing that we've been promised so many times of like procedural narrative. It's not procedural narrative, but each time you step into this space, each time that you go into a new level with a new setup, you don't know what's going on because the personalities of those two characters and the situation that they can bring will always be different. You don't know. On our earlier run, when we got Alex out, what happened was we encountered a lot of resistance. I attempted to do it with like no fatalities. I think I knocked a few people out. But what happened was that Rebecca became so militant that she killed Isaac. So one of the cult leaders killed the other and then basically started turning it into like a militaristic like army. And then after we left, she would go on to burn everyone apart from 75 of the soldiers. Like, holy shite! That is ridiculous. In this run, both of them were genuine and caring. They were the people they said they were gonna be. Like, yo, And the only way we could have known that is by reading the excerpts, by talking to people, by understanding it. It was on us to explore the world. It was on us to understand the world. We didn't do that. We should have done that. We didn't do that. And then, when it came time, like, yo, what was there that we could do? I mean, I booked it out with a few gunshot wounds and made it out alive, but like, Alex was happy. I was the bad guy there. I went in there like some feckin' Sam Fisher mother hubbard, ready to kill, snap, and destroy. And what I was greeted with was what was essentially a genuine, peaceful commune. And I like that. I like that while we can request the game not give us the same setup twice, the mechanics, the vibe of the community is entirely as we find it. In one of the runs, we found a shipment of cyanide pills. Boxes and boxes of cyanide pills. Wonder what that could have been, but that was a different run. And we got in this habit of assuming it was always and bad. And Just Diver's like, I love you can choose kill or stealth before you even know what the cult is about. Right. You're free to handle it however the feck you want. So those of you that have been watching this today, like, I'd love to know some of your thoughts, some of your feels. I've fucking enjoyed this. I like that it goes to hell in a handbasket fast, and I like that when you feck up, the amount of speed to get back in is nothing. It's quicker than getting back in Project Bloody Zomboid, you know what I'm saying? Dashkal says, must resist the urge to go full Dark Brotherhood. Just Iver says, well, it's not for me. It's not the type of game I would play, but again, that's why I come here. I love that I got to watch the game, but it's not something I would personally play. That's entirely fine. But from watching it, like, if you had to... Sorry about this. That came out of nowhere. On call. Sorry about that. Is there something you would take from this? And Just I was articulating that it's very cool. The story was cool, the gameplay seemed polished, and I recommend it to others. Yeah. The fact that the story, you don't know what story you're going into, I think is brilliant. Ian was saying, how do we stand as far as cult games? This Cultist Simulator, Shrouded Isle. Well, Shrouded Isle is a management game where it's always a cult and it's always going to go badly. And Cultist Simulator is like a narrative game masquerading as a timed turn-based CCG. Well, deck building game. You know what I mean? Yauki says, I like the variety that the randomization offers. Yup. I also like that it's... The simplicity in the combat and stealth means that you are not relearning the wheel every run. It slowly introduces new mechanics to the game each time we clear it. So when we cleared it the first time, it added the tranquilizer gun. When we cleared it this time, it added the guard uniform. Like, yeah. Charming, I know. It slowly unfurls a lot of the complexity of the game. But again, you got to take the narrative as you find it. It either is or ain't. So jumping back in, Vanderbeest was adding the themes and execution are very well done. It almost demands repeated playthroughs that make you really start considering the questions and dilemma it poses. It's a good game, yeah. It is a game that not only understands that it is a quick play, but it is a game that fully embraces that. Like, you can finish a run of this 2 hours, no problem. And when I got the initial excuse me, when I got the initial email through about this, one of the things that Richard said to me was like, look, maybe turn the difficulty up, maybe try not to just blitz through the game in 2 hours. And I didn't understand what he was saying, because I was like, no, the game's tricky, it might take me a couple of runs, but like, I'm gonna clear it a bit. Whereas what I should have realized is that each attempt, we were essentially rolling a different narrative. And I think that's feckin' cool. Oh, jumping back in, Just Diver says, you mentioned Far Cry 5 earlier. I think it's interesting that Far Cry 5 choose to allude to common religions, but this game just came out and it was like, yeah. I think it helped... Water! More water, please. I think it helps that because it's based on... because it's based in the 70s, that everyone immediately sees the mechanics and goes, ah, Jonestown. That immediately attributes it to that, which gives it a grounding. I can see why Far Cry 5 didn't say straight up like pseudo-Christian, because Far Cry 5 is based on a real place in, I want to say Colorado, I may be getting that wrong, but there is a genuine religious military compound in the US that Far Cry 5 is based on. Montana, thank you, Scotty. Sorry anyone from Colorado, I didn't mean to put that on you. Yes, Just Dive, you're right, it is Montana. I can see why they wouldn't want to poke the bear on that one. Now, I also feel that when you're a multi-million-dollar AAA company, you know what? Maybe just do a thing. Oh, and Clangwa says, don't worry, there are legit scary cults in Colorado Springs. Well, now we're all learning. But yeah, so this is taking historical grounding and allowing it to talk about real social issues. Like, this game unequivocally talks about the Black Panthers, the assassination of JFK, the murder of Martin Luther King. It talks about these straight up. Even though this is a disambiguation and fictitious, like, it's talking about real world events. Just Divers asking, which cult had the buried school bus? They had, one of them buried a school bus? God, you can tell I don't know, that's the thing about not being in a cult, is I don't know a lot about cults. So yeah, what I think about this one is so brilliant is that it asks you to treat it... Okay, so friends... Oh, shush, Dash. Dash is like, says the cult Bannerman. It's not a cult! I've got a badge! It's not a cult. Okay, so bringing it back. What I love about this is that in every other video game I have played, you are presented with a religious group. And they hint about them being a cult, and they are always a cult. The space people in Fallout 2, Children of the Atom, Fallout again, sorry. Feck. Thanks a lot, Brain. You can only pull out Fallout examples. Nice work. My point being that anytime we are presented with a group with cult-like attributes in video games, they are always a cult. Without fail. Now, sometimes we're asked morally, like, you know, is it alright to demonize these kinds of cults? Is it okay to point at them and go, this is a bad? When you can argue that they give people hope, they improve people, they do a thing. Yeah, so... Wait, no, not situations that are a cult. More like, I can't think of a situation... sorry. You're giving me examples. I do apologize. That was correct. Wow, you can tell my brain's like, pew, pew, pew. Oh, that's because it's 8 o'clock at night. Scotty's feeling guilty for eating 10 crunchy sticks. Scotty, unless you left one alive to tell the others, you got nothing to feel guilty about. But if you left one alive, you understand it's your job to clean that up. I'm sorry, that last crunchy stick's gotta go. I'm sorry. I don't know where I was going with that line of humor. Anyway, my point being, here we are presented with, and we are literally told it's a cult. But is it? We go in there as a stealth game in a format that we recognize, and we have our expectations so gently subverted. Like, yo. So yeah, this was fascinating. I thoroughly enjoyed the gameplay, and I believe it was one of our newer visitors earlier today who was making some real good comparisons towards between this and Commandos Behind Enemy Lines. And yeah, what this made me crave is a game mixed with Jagged Alliance. So yeah. Just Diver says, but is there really a good cult? Like, does one good cult end up being called a cult? Wouldn't that just be organized religion or something along those lines? Well, the definition of cult varies from human to human. A friend of mine once said the difference between a religion and a cult is a cult asks for money. This is, you know, what's the difference between a religious compound and a cult? Yeah. That's a level of philosophy and theology that I don't feel I am snappy enough to properly articulate on. So yeah. I personally don't have a good answer to that question, but in terms of how this game presents it to us, you know, it presents us a compound where people live, they produce their own food, they have armed guards, all centered around one singular religion, which, you know, itself like a fracture of Christianity with some like anti-capitalist tones, but yeah. The difference being is that some is between the rhetoric and the truth, you know what I mean? Like, in some, they are a manipulative, like, evil operation. But in the last playthrough, they were genuine. They genuinely wanted to be left alone. They genuinely wanted to escape, you know, what they saw as the terrible elements of America, racism, violence, like rampant capitalism. And they wanted to do it under a Christian theology. They just wanted to be left alone. And they meant it. There wasn't like a secret Jonestown suicide cult hiding under their wings. They said that they were going to do the thing. And the thing was, it's only because we played it through a bunch of times that we could even get to know that. So, yo. Night Valen, that's a snappy one for a cocktail party, saying, I have the perfect answer. The difference between a cult and religion is cults have terrible PR. Hey, Tomacho! What, old friend? How are you doing? How are you doing? So yeah, does anyone have any thoughts or feelings on the Church in the Darkness? We've played so many runs today. I've had so much fun with it. Hey, MC Catmaster, how you doing as well? You lovely, lovely Mother Hubbards, what's going down? How you lovely Mother Hubbards doing? So we are just discussing the Church in the Darkness. Yeah, friendos, I don't think I have any other points to add. Only that it must be scary as a game creator to have a very simple game loop and then trust that users will play enough to find out that there is a breadth and depth beyond the initial. That's scary. That's scary. But I respect that. This game trusted us intellectually enough to just let us run with it. To just be like, here is the game, just go for it. Richard did not tell me there were multiple endings beforehand. Richard did not be like, okay, can you please focus on blah, 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 blah. It was like, this is the game concept, go for it. And can you imagine how hard that must have been? Like, today we've had between hundreds and at one point, 1,000 people watching us play. We had no briefing. We had no like, this is what's going to happen. So yeah. Oh, Tamacho says saw it today on Steam. Well, Tamacho, you might have seen this shining face on Steam playing it. The developers of the game asked me to stream this game on their Steam store page today, and it were dope. It were dope. Yeah, Tamacho, it was real cool. And yeah, I guess as a quick, let me grab you, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be a horrendous shill and grab you the Humble Bundle link, because I really like eating. I'm actually going to buy I'm going to get a really nice salad here before I head back. Rogueling!
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Weapon online, systems online.
Weapon systems online! Online weapon online! Yo, Roguelink, how you doing, friend? Sorry I haven't been able to help with LLC advice. If you can wait, I might be able to reach out to some video games lawyers, but they're very expensive and it would just be in a kind of casual on-stream conversation manner. Also, that's the humble link to the Church in the Darkness. If you want to pick it up, this game is crazy good. Oh no! Rogueling has a stomach bug first day of the jam. Oh no! Well look, heal up, look after yourself. If any of us can help, shout on the Discord. So yo. Roguelink, Iron Imp, let me know what you think if you give this a spin, alright? I would be really, really interested to know. Roguelink says, fortunately, I'm working with a dev friend who already has prototype up and running, so I'll be doing more tomorrow. That's good to hear. So look, friends, today was a wonderful day. I cannot believe we hit 1,000 viewers on Steam. And thanks to JoeCat, we peaked like 100 people today. Like, it made me exceptionally happy that we got to show so many people a really fresh and a really interesting game that they might have missed. And I know a lot of you in chat right now are parents, grown-ups, a whole bunch of badasses. So, having a game that can be dope and played by a few hours? Yeah. Oh, Kestrel's heading to bed, so let me roll credits now. But we can't do it on this chill, melancholy nonsense. No, we gotta kick it up a tune. Where's my beats? There we go! There we go! Right. I got a lot of people to thank, because today has been dope as hell. And then I will find us a lovely person to crash into. We're actually spoiled for good friendos, but Kestrel have an excellent sleep. Yeah. Surprise bleep bloops, Mother Hubbards! Going So, the man also donated along with Shackled Draconis. Thank you both. I'm literally going to turn that into food over at the bar in just a second. Now for cheers, you'll know it's the lifeblood, and Dashkal, our new Jarl of the day, kicked out the jams, so thank you. Damn it, Anonymous, I'm trying to do a thing! So, thank you to Dashkal, Just Diver, Lily Longbean, Vanderbeast, Ice Grid, J-Po, Shackled Draconis, Crowbeak, AR, and Anonymous Cheerer. Bitch, fuel this! So thank you. Now, your moderator today was Caffeine Slifter and Tarlicus, legends to a person. And those... Oh wow, we got a ton of new followers. Also, whoever was from House Carl that gifted that sub, I see you. I see you. So to Shroomoo, Up to Zero, Jiggling Toad, Impact Game Station Live, Silner, your GM, not mine, Slip Ted, Mill Ninja, and Lord Draco. Thank you kindly for the follows. Lovely to have you with. But those that sub, resub, or the recipients of House Girls gifts, you 10-month Mother Hubbards. I want to say thank you to Caffeine, Tarlicus, Erin Feathers, Shackled Draconis, Meowkey Sakura, Clank Crusher, Hayshift, Dashkal, Whimsy, Shrimp, Ark of the Conclave, Sileth, B. Vargas, Atari, Azua O, Fallen Mystic, Cryostix, Vanderbeast, Castrol North, Pun Spectre, Frontline Play, go on Frontline, Captain Stephanie Barnes, Ardrick, Not Yene, Ezekiel, Lack of God Mode, Marworks, J-Post, Iron Imp, and Roguelink! An extra bonus by Scotty Doggy there. Back in combo. Woo! What a dope day. Alright, friendos, and just in case you didn't know, tomorrow is more Memnol. And I have no idea what Baron Sheep has planned, but Baron Sheep has it planned. Alright? Alright, so, I love you guys. Who we don't. I tell you what. I'll give you the choice. Friendos, I've got a Viking and I've got an artist. I have a sketch stream kicking it, and I have a Viking at sea. What do you fancy? Just Divers like Vikings! Yes, Scotty Doggy. Baron Sheep is the man of the plan. I have no idea what tomorrow's Memnol is going to entail. I never bloody do. But I do know that I met myself in-game. Oh, okay. Neopale says art. One for art, one for Vikings. Rhino's an artist, you say? I did. At currently 2 to 3, it looks like the artist is going to be going down. Neopales, roll 1d20. Lamentably, I do not have that set up. I should do that. Anyway, so more people want to roll on the artist friendos. So let's give that a shot. So, if you haven't met him, Wonderpuss is a fellow CLI streamer, a real cool person, and someone who's led a whole bunch of raids on us. They are currently drawing people's Final Fantasy characters. So let's go say hi to them. Alright. They've been real cool to me, and it's only nice to be able to return the favor. So yeah. You know the drill by now, friends. Scream Viking Raid, steal everything that's not nailed down, because I need those for I need furniture. I need furniture. Actually, I don't need a bed anymore, though, so that's fine. Alright. Look, friends, today has been dope as hell. Thank you all. Thank you for sticking with me while I was streaming on Twitch. Streaming on Twitch. Thank you for sticking with me while I was streaming on feckin' Steam earlier today. Huge thank you to the Church and the Darkness devs and to fellow Traveller for hooking us up today. It has been dope. I love you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow for some Memory Equals Null. Have a good night.